up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV. With hands-free driving assistance, go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $800 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at precisiondoornwa.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted Best Garage Door Company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
At Evans Body Shop, we take pride in delivering exceptional customer service to our customers. Here's what some of them have to say.
They keep us posted at every stage. We get phone calls saying it's going to the paint shop or the parts have come in, and they've always just exceeded everything that we hope to have.
They do absolute fantastic work. Never have any complaints from anybody I know. My family has gone to them, my friends. I refer everybody I know to Evans Body Shop.
Evans Body Shop, where we meet the nicest people by accident.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Hey, let me tell you something. Years ago, I backed into a neighbor's truck. The truck was like about 25 years old, and there was minimal damage. And he was like 80. And I thought I was going to have to fight him out there in the street. He was so mad at me for backing. I'm like, dude, it's an accident. I'm still a little bitter about that.
Well, I mean, as you should be.
Yeah.
You know, no good deed goes unpunished.
20 years, I'm still mad.
Like, 20 years?
Yeah.
Is he still with us?
I doubt it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Good morning. We are in an interesting week that nobody really expected to be in, which is Arkansas is in the Sweet 16, and they've already gone to San Francisco, and you deal with all the things that come with going to San Francisco, meaning mostly a 2-hour time difference. So
where are you going with this, folks?
On the West Coast, it's 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And, I told Chuck, I said, look, you got, you're old and like you need to rest. And I didn't say it quite like that, but I'll say it like that now. And because a well-rested Chuck is the only kind of Chuck. Like we say it's the best kind of Chuck, but it's the only kind of Chuck. And Chuck values his sleep. Like he's gotten to the point where he really values that, and he needs to. Mm-hmm. Honestly, it is a grind doing what he's done since football and basketball season. So as he goes to the West Coast, we'll have plenty of Chuck on the show. When is to be determined. But they got in there last night. I don't think they got in there till late. They left in the evening, and so they didn't get in till late. It's the middle of the night there, and we'll catch up with Chuck. But more importantly, for now, the Razorbacks are dancing in the Sweet 16.
How about that?
And the question is, what are your thoughts on what do you believe is going to happen from here, and why? What do you believe will happen with this team, and why? The Cal factor is in full effect, meaning he's going on national shows and being talked about nationally because of two reasons. You're in the Sweets, three reasons. You're in the Sweet 16. You're the surprise team to be there. And that's another thing we could talk about. Are they really the surprise? Are they really a surprise? And then the third thing is he's Cal. So Cal brings with him an aura. He's great on camera. He's great in an interview setting. He's just great in front of people. And he's a personality that people love to react to. And he has embraced this underdog mentality and look that he had all the way back at UMass and a little bit at Memphis. I think Cal started becoming big time at Memphis, like popular. Like people really paid attention to him. And so I wouldn't even necessarily call him an underdog at Memphis. And then when he went to Kentucky, It was the big personality goes to a really big, successful program. And the combination of those two things just sort of magnified the whole aura and situation around Cal, and that marriage with Kentucky was really bright lights. And he was there for 15 years. And then you come to Arkansas after basically being run out of Kentucky. And if you look at it objectively, it hadn't gone well for him in the tournament. Things had sort of plateaued there. It's really difficult for any coach to have nothing but success for 15 years in a program. And then how is success judged? And as Nolan Richardson always told us, I created a monster, and then you got to feed the monster. You know, once you've tasted that national championship or had that success, it's like Final Four or bust. But the NCAA tournament, you know, if we were to dive into research of the consistency of just getting to the Elite Eight, it's so difficult, and so few teams are able to continue to do that on an annual basis. And I think we often, all of us, forget what we have until later we realize when it's gone how difficult it was when somebody else comes in and they don't do it either. They don't do exactly what you thought you deserved or should have had either. So here comes Cal to Arkansas after that ends at Kentucky. And we obviously know this. It doesn't go well. What's been interesting to me to see play out is what I would consider to be a lack of thoughtfulness about what was going on here, or a lack of awareness or understanding, or maybe you just, you know, some people didn't care that you had a lot of injuries dating back to the preseason, and you had a team that was brand new to each other, and they weren't able to practice together a lot. But they all came in with a resume of talent. Virtually outside of Billy Richmond and Carter Knox, everyone on the roster had done something previously to lead to the idea that they were pretty good. They could play. I mean, think of Adu as Exhibit A. All SEC player, big man, in a really good program at Tennessee. Obviously, Nelly, who was the darling of the NCAA tournament a year ago. A year ago, Nelly was making his way to the Final Four with the Cinderella of that team, or the Cinderella of that tournament. Florida Atlantic University, FAU, in the Final Four, led by Nelly. None of these things are materializing early on at Arkansas. None of these things are really coming together. And it was interesting just to hear people talk about Cal like it was his fault and he had missed on all these guys. And we're all wondering. I mean, obviously, you're surprised, and so you're wondering what's happened here. And then you start seeing it come together, and we talked about this throughout the year, micro versus macro. Like, the big picture is the things I just described. The small picture is what happened each game to game. Now you go 0-5, your best player gets hurt, Boogie. And you go a little bit further, you start figuring some things out, and now your best player, in absence of Boogie, Thero, he goes down. Your two leading scorers are down. And here they are in the Sweet 16. So it turns out the roster he put together, if you want to be critical of he didn't get enough players, the idea or philosophy of not having more than 8 or 9 rotation guys was a miss. If you want to argue that, that's fine. But the reality is he did what he set out to do, to put a team together that could win a couple of games in March and maybe go further. And so now as an Arkansas fan, I think we're developing like a conversation of what is the expectation. So we're in real time, we're watching a narrative be created because I'm hearing people say things about Cal like you didn't hire him to go 8-10 in the league and barely make the NCAA tournament as a 10 seed. That's not what the expectation here is. And what I would ask is what is the expectation? What do you believe the expectation is and why? And now that we have the latest chapter of the story written, which is the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament. Do you have a complaint? Like, is there really anything to complain about? They just went through all of those things. They're in the Sweet 16. And is there a legitimate beef here about what you thought you were getting and what you actually got? I would actually submit to you that it's better than what I thought they were getting. That the Cal that we're seeing is better than the one that I thought they hired. And I say that with all due respect because I have immense respect for anybody that's done all the things that he's done in his career. But the knock on him was, he just recruits really well and he doesn't coach that well. Like, that's what people would say. You would hear that narrative. Or that he doesn't, he just doesn't have it anymore, which I'm not sure what that was. Like, what did he not have anymore? Oh, I know what it was. The game had passed him by. The game had passed him by. Does it look like the game has passed him by? When he goes in shorthanded, when he loses 2 scorers, his best 2 players, and figures out different ways to win the game? I mean, that was it. That was the narrative. Like, his dribble drive offense is archaic. The new way to play basketball is this, and he's not it. Like, I don't know what else you want. And, like, I think we all just forget that oftentimes life doesn't go the way we plan. So then we have to define what success really is. Like, what is success? What is success in major college basketball? I would submit to you that it's figure out a way to be relevant in March. And that's not always going to work out either. I mean, you're going to have a way better team, and you have one bad game or somebody else gets hot at the right time, and they knock you out, Virginia. They knock you out of the NCAA tournament. Or they knock you out, Kansas, back when Kansas has been really good and had an early exit. Or Kentucky, they knock you out. So it's like, put a roster together, compete in the SEC, compete in the regular season, be relevant in the regular season, which Arkansas was. They were certainly relevant in the regular season and a story the last 3 weeks of the season. And had some big games along the way. Didn't play particularly great against Illinois on Thanksgiving, but did in the Madison Square Garden game against Michigan. So it's not like they had a season where they just laid an egg and nothing good happened, and then all of a sudden here they go in March. They've just sort of had to weather the storm, hang around, and get to this point where they are now. So I think this is a little bit like while we're in the middle of it, let's have a discussion about like how it's gone. Like the story that it's been, and it's not over. We'll see what happens. I was going to go to San Francisco, and I was going to take Bart with me on the plane. And then I just decided, like, it's just too much. What if Chuck and I both can't get up at 3 a.m. to do the show? Like, then what?
Well,
that actually would have been
3 hours of me and Bart.
It would have been a great idea for us to just, like, no call, no show. No show, no call. Wonder what those guys did last night. I mean, it's a middle of the night.
Yeah. It's a bad
situation.
It's a bad situation.
Yeah.
It's a bad situation.
I'm not sure I want to be in a hotel lobby at 3 a.m. in San Francisco doing a show. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what's going to happen in there. Might have been interviewing the security guard.
He probably had some stories, I bet.
All right, we got a lot to get into. Seth Greenberg's going to join us in about 30 minutes. He's I think he likes this matchup for Arkansas against Texas Tech. Once again, I mean, I'm not here to promote gambling, but if you like to wager for fun, I mean, Arkansas they're like a great value bet again because they're the underdog, and you probably think they're going to win the game. And I feel like they've got a great chance to win the game. Hogs play baseball tonight. Kelsey Musick was introduced as the new women's basketball coach yesterday. And a terrible story in women's college basketball. Juju Watkins, I don't know much about her other than she's really, really good. maybe the best player in the country.
Yeah.
For USC. And the women were like one of the odds-on favorites to go to the Final Four. And she blew her knee out like early in the loss last night. I don't want to see the video. I've heard it so bad. I don't even want to see it.
Do not watch it. Don't.
So that's just you hate to see that. By the way, I just happened to have a TV on a couple women's games. The Alabama-Maryland game went to triple overtime. I mean, there are. I don't know how much you watch women's basketball, but there's some fun games to watch right now. If you're just a basketball fan looking for
100%
for some hoops, you got the women's tournament too. Hey, if you still haven't filed your taxes this season, H&R Block's here to help. 70 years of tax prep expertise going to work for you. They'll help you get everything squared away. Maybe you just have a question. Maybe you don't even need it all done, but they can help you answer some questions as you're getting everything taken care of between now and April 15th. H&R Block, just around the corner. You'll find one near you. File with confidence with H&R Block. 6:16, Tuesday morning. It's the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning. I mean, I don't know if it's old or just like...
Well, the world's changing. It's like Bart said a little bit ago. When he summed it up with 2 words. I mean, things change.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If you suffer from sleep apnea, but you can't stand wearing your CPAP machine, I've got good news. And you need it because not wearing your CPAP can lead to severe health problems.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you don't have good sleep, you're not only affecting your body, it can affect your heart, it can affect your lungs, it can increase weight gain. If you don't get good sleep, you also are not filtering your brain well. So sleep's very, very important.
Dr. Scotty Boulding, who's an Arkansas native and world-renowned surgeon, has proven surgical alternatives that can improve your airway and help you breathe better.
If you have obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Call Dr. Boulding's office today at 479-755-3000 for a consultation and tell them you heard it on the Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You hear that? You hear that?
Back to Save Sports Radio.
Save up to $5,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
Hey, this is Dr. Cole Johnson at River Valley Smile Center. You hear my partner, Dr. Charles Liggett, at 12:15 on halftime every Monday. Dr. Liggett and I have worked at River Valley Smile Center together for 11 years now. Like the Hogs, we have a great team. Do you have a unique dental procedure, a complex dental problem, or are you just nervous about dental work? Come see me for sedation dentistry, implants, implant-supported dentures, as well as cosmetic dentistry. We are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith at the River Valley Smile Center. Check us out online at rivervalleysmiles.com or call 479-646-0706.
Spring has arrived, bringing warmer days, road trips, and unpredictable spring showers. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we'll make sure your vehicle is ready for all your spring adventures. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your ride for whatever the season brings. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. Southern Tire Mart, we keep America rolling.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
We're going to have to get used to the fact that the country's going to watch Arkansas play, and they're going to talk about Arkansas when the game's over. Eyeballs are going to be watching. Have you seen the numbers? Have you seen the numbers? They've been astronomical numbers.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Brent is in Searcy. Brent's ready to get in here and talk about this Sweet 16 run. It's 6:21 on a Tuesday morning. I don't know if I can wait till Thursday. I'm ready to get this game going. Good morning, Brent. What's happening?
I'm ready to go right now, Bo.
That's right.
I'm getting taped up right now. I wanted to say, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I wanted to say Coach Calipari is the great. I don't know how you adapter to change this season. From the beginning of the year till January through Thero's injury, it's just been phenomenal what he's done, and the best is yet to come. And he is right now, the way I look at it, Bo, we've had a great season. We're playing with house money right now. Would you agree?
Well, yeah, but when you get in this position, you want to take full advantage, and it's obviously you want to win every game. But I think it's more about, like, are you getting better? Are you playing the way you can play? And this team is peaking at the right time. It makes them dangerous. It's unfortunate that Florida's on your side of the bracket, but I look at this Texas Tech game as another great opportunity for Arkansas to win. I don't even know, if this is their toughest matchup of the 3 games that they'll have played by the time they play this one. That'll be their 3rd game. But, yeah, I look at this as a successful season. I was going to ask earlier, like what is – it varies based maybe on the team that you have, but if you go to the Sweet 16 like on a regular basis, which Arkansas is doing now, 4 of the last 5 years, that hasn't happened since the mid-'90s, the early mid-'90s with Nolan, where he went to 6 of 7 from 90 to 96.
The only time in program history where there's been a stretch.
I give Musk credit for that. And then, I think, to me, it's like Cal came in and he's doing what you hired him to do. Like, I would say he is doing what you hired him to do. And I think this team probably feels like they're as good as anybody in the country. So maybe it's house money because you didn't expect them to get this far. But within that locker room, they still expect to keep winning games. Brent, thanks for the call. 877-377-6963. If you want to text or call the show. Jeremy has texted in this morning from Clarksville. I know we all want to win. Reality is it doesn't matter what happens on Thursday. The season was a complete success. The Cal Trolls can't flop their lips anymore. Well, listen, Jeremy, that's never going to stop. Some things are just going to remain true. Negative people are going to be negative. Snipers are going to take shots. And people that don't have any information are going to take shots at people that do. People that don't have any access are going to take shots at people that do. People that don't feel included are going to take shots at people they think that are included. And people that Cal doesn't give the time of day to are going to continue to wait for opportunities to come after them. But as an Arkansas fan, if you're not happy that this guy is your coach, I don't know what to tell you. Because what would you want? What would you suggest other than what you have your basketball program is so stinking relevant right now, and that's what you want. You want to be relevant. Like when you're in major anything, you want to be relevant in that lane, and you are. And you have talent, and you're going to continue to get talent, and you're going to be relevant every year. With rare exception, if there is an exception, it'll be rare. This year's so good because there was a narrative created, and the way it started at Arkansas helped fuel that narrative if you wanted to live in that world. But it wasn't true. None of it was true. Narratives they're not necessarily truth, and this narrative was not true. That's what makes it, to me, one of those really interesting stories.
The whole thing is really gratifying because you have all these Kentucky fans talking about how Cal was washed and pointing to the early exits in the NCAA tournament. When if you actually objectively go back and look at just say you want to look at the loss to Oakland in the first round or look at the loss to St. Peter's in the first round. Oakland had a guy who played the game of his life, okay, and made 10 3-pointers. There's nothing you can do about that. St. Peter's shot like 50-something% from beyond the arc. Like they played the games of their lives to beat Kentucky. That's the type of stuff that happens in the NCAA tournament. It happens to everybody. It just so happened to hit Cal and Kentucky in 2 of the past 3 years. That doesn't mean you're washed as a coach. And so when I see things like, and this is the type of stuff, Bo, that's still happening. Like people are still getting their shots in at Cal. ESPN re-ranked the Sweet 16 teams and has Arkansas dead last among them. Dead last. You're telling me Arkansas is the worst team left in the NCAA tournament field? That's crap. Because they're very clearly not.
Well, I mean, they're a 10 seed.
Yeah, that's fine. That just tells me
double-digit
that
seed.
just tells me you're not making any effort. Either you're not making any effort or you have something against Cal.
Reese Davis was on with Pat McAfee yesterday. This is a little bit of a longer clip, a minute or so, but I think it's worth this perspective from what I would call a thoughtful college basketball pundit. By the way, Seth Greenberg's coming up at 6:45.
I mean, they're not nearly as deep. They're talented, but certainly not as talented as some of his great Kentucky teams. But you're looking at a team now that is 2 wins away from making John Calipari the first coach to take 4 different programs to the Final Four. 4. And we thought Pitino might be the guy to do that because he also has taken 3. And now it's Cal with a 10 seed. The death of Cinderella is suddenly John Calipari and Arkansas with a double-digit seed in the Sweet 16. I think it's one of his best coaching jobs. And while I think he was underappreciated at the end at Kentucky, I think the fresh, if you want to use the metaphor, a fresh shot clock was really good for both parties. It was good for Kentucky, and it was good for John. And he's done a fabulous job with this team. And he seemed like the old Cal yesterday. We had him on game day yesterday morning, and he's cracking jokes and being self-effacing and, talking about all the things that have gone wrong and all of this stuff. So he seems to be in his element, a little bit of an underdog, and he seems to enjoy life a little more that way.
Yeah, Cal's got like a new lease on life. I mean, you could see it all over him. And he just got a re-energized, fresh, Sometimes I tend to get a little deep, and I'll take this opportunity now. Like I think we all undervalue and underestimate what somebody believing in you does for you, what somebody that appreciates you and values you for does for you, or what we can do for other people by showing a little confidence or a little belief or a little value. Like if you don't think it sucks being a head coach at a massive fan base that you think half of them are against you, and you don't, as mentally tough as you can be and all that, you don't think that wears on you versus feeling excited and like your people are glad to have you there? I mean, it's just a difference. And he's not having to deal with all of the other things that had just sort of become like barnacles at Kentucky. Jared's in Russellville. Hey, Jared, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Hey,
Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, my one point I want to make today is this: is that I think now that we're in the middle of this run that we're in right now, that I think all of us, because of what Bart just said about Kentucky and all the trolls that from when we started 0-5 in the SEC and everything, we just really, I personally want to outlast Kentucky. That's where I'm at right now, to be honest with you, just because of all of the nonsense that's happened. And Coach Cal, you're right. When John Tyson took him and brought him here, and we brought in these 9 amazing players, and it seemed like one after another got injured, had something going on with them, we all thought that this season was a wash. But now that we're in the middle of it, like it's just a fun time. It's just a great time to be a Razorback fan. And guys, let's just be honest about it. When push comes to shove, we want to see our Razorbacks do well, and we're in the middle of that, and we're excited about it. The baseball team is ranked number 2 in the country, so it's just a good time to be a Razorback fan because we've been beat down for a long period of time, and we're excited about what's happening right now. And I appreciate you guys. You hope you have a great day. And God bless you guys.
Yeah, appreciate the call. I mean, I sense the excitement. I hear it. And Arkansas baseball's been at this a long time with Dave Van Horn, and he's built a program. Like, it's a sustainable program. And, you know, when you get Cal, it takes building and it takes time, but you've got a program. It's a little bit different in college basketball. You know, it doesn't take as many as it takes in football, baseball, all of that. But, yeah, there's a lot of positive things happening that are fun. And and for Arkansas, it's always like, what is the definition of success here? Because you don't have the same resources that some major college athletic departments have. But you don't want to hear that, and you don't want to feel that way, and you want to do like Walmart and Tyson and J.B. Hunt and overcome all those things and become the biggest, baddest on the planet. And it doesn't always equate. It's not always the same thing in sports. But that is the Arkansas mentality, and this is the perfect fit for the mentality of our state, which is we're way better off being sort of an underdog. We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank, the official bank of the Chuck and Bo Show. You can log on to fsbank.com and find out more about online banking. But it's more convenient location so you can bank better with Arkansas folks. It's what you get when you bank better with First Security Bank, member FDIC. 633. Good morning, Chuck and Bo Show.
If I didn't have you and Bart and Edward to lean on, where would I be? And I think about other people that don't have that.
That's what we do. We lift each other up.
Yeah.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
You know the sound, you know the place, and you know the time of year that means live racing at Oaklawn is coming. If your Oaklawn is playing favorites, letting it ride on long shots, or just soaking up the vibes of race day, it's time to make your plans and discover your Oaklawn. Live racing starts Friday, December 6th. Reserve seats, rooms in our hotel, or a spot in your favorite Oaklawn restaurant at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When is the last time you thought, oh, the SEC's making an announcement today, and it's going to be good for the Hogs?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
National Championship Program. National Championship Coach. A match made in hog heaven.
This program, you talk about some of the best jobs in the country. In basketball, this is one of them. This fan base is so engaged. I love it.
Throws it up at the horn. It's good. Arkansas's going to win the game.
This program is the state's program.
Listen to every moment of John Calipari's first season.
Right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
I know we're always on the go, heading to Fayetteville, Little Rock, Oklahoma City, and you need a place to fill up. But not just for gas, I need snacks, drinks, and a restroom that doesn't make me throw up. That's why my new favorite pit stop is Jam Mart number 10, located at 6201 Grand Avenue on the way out of town. I can't stop by without getting something from their hot box or a fresh-made burger. That's Jam Mart number 10, located at 6201 Grand Avenue in Fort Smith.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's Markdown Madness at Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw. Savings up to $15,000 off on Ford F-150s, and you can shoot a hoop, make up to $500.
All you have to do is go on a test drive. Come down here. The excitement is high. The energy is high here at Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford. We've got a lot of awesome deals going on right now. We added up all of the discounts on the remaining 24s, over $250,000 in discounts. So come down here and see us. This is where you want to buy your new Ford. If you want to save some money, you've got a little bit of negative equity, we can help you with that right now at Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford.
All right, I got to ask about this goal. You got a goal right here by the front door. What's the deal with it?
Man, all you have to do, go on a test drive. You get a shot. We got 3 different spots, $50, $100, and up to $500. All you have to do, make a shot on the basketball goal and win some money.
Markdown Madness, Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw.
Pickup truck, sports car, motorcycle, minivan, townhouse, 2-story, farmhouse, fixer-upper. What you drive and where you live is different for everyone, so it's important to have insurance that fits your needs and is just right for you. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that, which is why our agents help you design a comprehensive auto, home, and life insurance plan. Insurance that fits just right.
Call Randy Milam in Alma or Brandon Zimmerman in Barley.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
All season, you guys have fought. Just fight. You play loose and free and fight. That's who we are. Why don't we let magic happen? Give it a chance. Don't be us.
The Chuck and Bo Show. Seth Greenberg, ESPN college basketball analyst, former head coach, major college basketball coach, will join us coming up in a couple of minutes. We're going to have a short segment here. Here's what Seth said on the show, or on ESPN.
I think they can get to an Elite Eight. I think Texas Tech is a pretty good matchup for them now. J.T. Toppin is a tough matchup, but it's all about their defense and their lengths. But I actually like Arkansas in this matchup.
You got to run them off the three-point line, and then I think you got a really good chance to win the game. And, of course, always with Arkansas, can you just make enough shots? Not a great shooting team, but they hang their hat on defense, just finding different ways to win. And, who's going to be the high scorer? Like, that's – you want a poll question? Like, that has multiple answers? Who's going to be a high scorer in any Arkansas game is a great poll question. Like, it could be anybody from – Billy Richmond to TB to Zvonimir Ivisic. Like I think Ivisic is at some point And you know, we're in the Sweet 16, so it's got to happen soon. Maybe this is the game. I think at some point you're going to see him scoring double figures again in this tournament. And when I say again, I just mean like he did several games ago. But it's been a drought for him for all kinds of reasons. But, you know, getting some playing time, staying out of foul trouble, getting an open look, knocking down a couple of shots, I still think that could happen. Remy Cofield, Boston Celtics executive, has been named the deputy AD and general manager for Razorback Athletics. We rolled this out a few weeks ago where we explained to you the entire role, job, the way things are headed in college athletics. We may get to that at some point today again, but that became official yesterday, as did women's basketball hiring Kelsey Music to be their 10th head coach. 5-year deal, $600,000 a year. Comes from Oral Roberts, where she went 20-win seasons back-to-back. The last 2 years, she was there 3 years after a 13-year stint as a Division II coach. Again, if you're going to file taxes and you're not exactly sure you can do it yourself, H&R Block can help you file with confidence. Your max refund guaranteed, 70 years of tax prep expertise going to work for you at H&R Block. Seth Greenberg joins us next on the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, well, congratulations.
Hey, Chuck, I made some good calls today.
You sure did. You sure did.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and McDonald Eye Associates is my one-stop for any vision need. The progressives they have me in are a game changer, and my new sunglasses are going to be great for baseball season. McDonald Eye was the first practice in the state to perform LASIK, and they have the most experience. They also have the new vision correction options for all ages, including cataract and clear lens replacement to see your best from all distances. For your best vision, McDonald Eye is the place to go.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Pascal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopascal.com today to schedule your service. Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
Ready or not, it is tax season. But luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block. Discover the Stonebreaker Hotel, where handcrafted elegance meets modern comfort. Relax in beautifully designed rooms, or book your next reservation at the Stonebreaker Lounge and Restaurant, where you can satisfy cravings with fresh, seasonal takes on traditional favorites. Open daily from 5 to 9 p.m. For more information, log on to stonebreakerhotel.com, located on Markham Road in Fayetteville, where you'll find the Stonebreaker Hotel and Restaurant.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
Yeah, does Chuck sleep that much? Because it just sometimes,
He's old, so when you get old, you don't really sleep as much.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Hey, Ty Richardson for GM Mart. They have several locations in the Arkansas area, but I specifically want to talk to you about GM Mart number 10. Great deli. My goodness. Great lunch, great dinner. But have you had the breakfast yet? It's the best in town. And they have that convenient drive-through window. So when you're heading north or south on 540, take exit number 6 for GM Mart number 10. 6201 Grand Avenue in Fort Smith. GM Mart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the area.
Hunting for a fortune? X marks the cash. 5 new lottery scratchers are loaded with prizes and waiting to be discovered. Multiply your prize 10, 50, up to 200 times. Ticket prices range from $1 to $20. Top prizes start at $5,000 and go all the way to $500,000. Find the X and find the cash. Available now at lottery retailers. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Remodeling your bathroom? Don't let your imagination be limited by out-of-the-box shower doors or tub enclosures. Arkansas Glass and Mirror is your local source for all things glass, including plexiglass, mirrors, and shower doors since 1964. Arkansas Glass and Mirror has more selections, better prices, and the experience to help you build the shower of your dreams. They also have the only showroom in the area to help you create those dreams. Professional installation and professional service. Only at Arkansas Glass and Mirror, 1316 South Zero, Fort Smith, or online at arkansasglassandmirror.com.
Save up to $5,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
All right, Chuck, let's get to the important stuff. Did you go out last night?
No, I did the daytime thing yesterday. I don't know why you guys are fixated on this nighttime deal when we got a 6 a.m. show. I'm a daytime guy.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
It's 4 a.m. on the West Coast where Arkansas has arrived. Chuck's out in San Fran. We'll hear from him later. Seth Greenberg, longtime Power Conference basketball coach and now an ESPN college basketball analyst, joining us on the Chuck and Bo Show. Seth, thanks for making time for us. I don't know if anybody will actually coin Arkansas Cinderella, but they're the only double-digit seed left. What are your thoughts on the run so far?
It's been incredible. I mean, it's been incredible because if you take into consideration 0-5 rolling into Lexington to where they are today, losing your leading scorer and then your leading scorer again. John, his ability to keep his team together, moving forward, buying in, trusting each other, pouring into his team, getting them to pour into each other, getting to the next play, dealing with all the adversity that they faced. Pretty incredible.
Seth, what happened at Kentucky? We all see it and know kind of to some extent, but, you know, when Arkansas was 0-5 in the SEC, the amount of Kentucky that was in every Arkansas fan's social media feed about washed up and fastball lost and whatever, and it just fueled that narrative that had happened on the way out of Kentucky. And if you were going to write a script, like, you couldn't write it any better to prove that all to be false. So what did happen there in the last couple of years with Cal, in your opinion?
I have no idea. Look, they got knocked out in the NCAA tournament. They won a ton of games, got knocked out in the NCAA tournament. The COVID year was a disaster. Look, fan is short for fanatic. Trolls are trolls. If you're a friend of Cal's, you're the evil empire.
Right.
The immaturity and absolutely lack of respect of social media just across the board is an embarrassment, and they take it to a new level. I mean, and there's some great look. I've met incredible people in Lexington, Kentucky fans during my times going to games at Kentucky and going to visit with Cal and going to work his fantasy camp, doing different things. There are incredibly great people there. And then there are
a bunch of blank holes. I mean, that take themselves too seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the way it is. And look, every fan base has it. It's not just Kentucky. They take it to a personal level. You see coach loses the game, he's an idiot. If he wins the game, he's a genius. They're doing it to the players now. They're doing it to media members. If you pick against the team, you're an idiot. If you pick for the team, you're fine for 24 hours. So, and then if you pick against the team, which you pick a team that you picked before, and all of a sudden, why are you doing that to us? You don't know anything. Now we're going to lose. So it's a clown show, but it is what it is. You guys go through it on radio. We go through it in the media in terms of ESPN, and coaches go through it in a different way.
You're right. You're right. I mean, fans are fans, but like in Boston, if you're talking New York, if you're talking, some big cities, Yankee fan, sometimes that's a little bit different. I feel like Kentucky's a little bit like that. Not a little bit, a lot like that with college basketball. It feels like to me, and enough about them, but it feels like to me that this was like such a breath of fresh air for Cal not to have that sort of to deal with, and to just come in and start from scratch, literally start from scratch. But I've been so impressed, Seth, with his ability to stay positive when it's been a real year of adversity with all the injuries, and just when you start to figure it out, you lose another guy. And it's like they've had to play different ways, and you don't even know who the leading scorer is going to be on a given night. But what has impressed you, or what are your thoughts on just the kind of season and the job Cal's done with this group?
Oh, coaching agility. When you've had the success that he's had, you've kind of had every type of lineup humanly possible. And the best coaches have coaching agility. You don't want to have it in the middle of the season with injuries. I'm sure if he has to look back at it, he'd say I probably have more than 9 guys. But and I think where Cal's changed and grown is his ability to protect the kids, keep them moving forward, keep them together, more individual meetings, more looking in the mirror and saying, how can I help these guys get along in terms of improving individually, collectively. But look, the guy is one of the great teachers of all time. He's one of the great motivators of all time. He's one of the great recruiters of all time. The whole idea of forgetting about how to coach. Last year, he averaged like 90-something points, almost 90 points a game. Yeah, he brought Reed Shepherd and Dillingham off the bench. He did that for a reason, to grow his team. They played 30-plus minutes a game. People don't mention that. So, look, the guy's really good at what he does. I do think it's a breath of fresh air. You can only get beaten down so much. And you can say, coaches, they don't read the newspaper. Yes, they do, or read it online. They don't listen to talk radio, but someone in their circle listens to talk radio. They know all the static that's surrounding them. And eventually, I don't care how strong you are, how tough you are, how focused you are, you hear that, whether you're John Calipari, Danny Hurley, Bill Self, or anyone else. It's just human nature. It's human nature that you want to be liked, you want to be respected, you want to be appreciated. And, yeah, I would say it probably beat him down a little bit, and not just him. Remember, that Coach Cal didn't come by himself.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
When you're doing this, you have a family. Like, I have 3 daughters. When I got let go of Virginia Tech, one of my daughters, a graduate, has nothing to do with Virginia Tech ever again in her life. Ella Calipari, she's living in that community, all right? And when you hear that wives and kids are like Doberman pinchers, like you cross them once, you're going to have a problem. You don't get another shot.
Give me a thought on the Texas Tech game, and can Arkansas keep this going to the Final Four? Yeah, Texas Tech is a game that is a winnable game. They got to do a good job of J.T. Toppin. J.T. Toppin's a multi-positional front court guy. Might have to downsize and put Brazil at the 5 more, although Jonas is playing so well and he does a good job of moving his feet, but they're going to step him out and play him away from the basket. The Williams kid is a big body kid, probably a pretty good matchup for Carter Knox. And even Billy, although he might be a little wider, got to do a good job on Hawkins, a little guard that gets in the lane and makes plays, and Anderson who comes off the bench. But the other thing is you got to play against the defense. More of a South Carolina type defense, more of a pack line defense,
Squared up, keep it in front, don't get splits, pretty physical, take away driving lanes. But it's a game that, without a doubt, they can win. Their ball movement's been much better. Their spacing's been much better. Obviously, when they play ahead of defense, Arkansas's been really good. They're playing for each other. Nelly's development has been phenomenal in terms of now that he's healthy.
Yep.
Got his confidence back. But you know what he did even during those other times? You watch him in those huddles. His leadership's been really good.
Seth,
so
great stuff. I ran you into the break here, but thank you so much for making time. No,
I got to go do a sports center. It's all good.
Worked out great. Hey, thanks for always making time for us. Enjoy. Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. Good insight from Seth Greenberg, ESPN college basketball analyst.
The doors are open, and it's a new era of elegance. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry has unveiled its stunningly redesigned 8,500 square foot showroom for an unmatched luxury experience. There's breathtaking jewelry, of course, expert service, and private viewing rooms designed for comfort. And they've got an in-house cafe with handcrafted coffee to go along with a special coffee table book celebrating Arkansas's heritage. Because it's more than jewelry. It's your story at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry.
We care a lot about supporting Arkansas businesses here on the Chuck and Bo Show, and we both like keeping our rides looking good. Splash Car Wash just became our new neighbors here in Fayetteville. They're a locally owned Arkansas business, and they've been serving the state since 1989. They're good folks, and you can get a free car wash by texting Splash Arkansas to 22322. That's Splash Arkansas to 22322.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweatnum Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatnumcosmetic.com and click on the Sweatnum Edge.
So I spent yesterday, you mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Up to $10,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV. With hands-free driving assistance, go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $800 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, beautiful sunshine. Our high this afternoon will be in the middle 70s north, low 80s south. Clear to partly cloudy sky tonight and overnight low in the upper 40s to low 50s. Wednesday, lots of sunshine, a high low to mid 70s, and a chance of a few showers or thunderstorms Thursday. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Every Wednesday night, take the kids to Joe's Grill and Cantina. They will get a delicious meal for $5. And Joe's is bringing out the crayons for a coloring contest where the kids can win cool prizes. And the fun is just starting. It's Kids Karaoke Night. Let that star shine. Join Joe's every Wednesday for Kids Night with the fun atmosphere of Joe's. Come for the food, stay for the fun. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. the worldwide leader in sports, ESPN 95.3.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Jam Mart. Jam Mart is always trying to save you money, and that's why they partner with Valero. Hook up your checking account to the Valero Pay Plus app, and you'll get 10 cents off a gallon, plus other special deals on holidays and more. Jam Mart and Valero, passing on the savings to you. Now available at the 3 Fort Smith Valero Jam Mart locations. And stop by any of the 6 Jam Mart locations in the area. Jam Mart, the leading gas station and convenience store in the region.
Save up to $5,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith, or online at harryrobinson.com.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
Hey, Ty Richardson, we're at Wheeler Power Sports in downtown Fort Smith. Ethan, you guys have a massive event coming up May 2nd and May the 3rd.
We will have the Kawasaki Good Times demo truck here for Kawasaki demo rides, games, and prizes. Rollin' Smoke Barbecue food truck will also be here, and on that
First
Friday,
of all, you have done a magnificent job. You don't know what you've accomplished because you're right on top of it. You should walk.
That's Wheeler Power Sports, 901 North 11th Street in downtown Fort Smith, keeping the good times rolling since 1967.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
Chuck's headset is so loud. He was in there getting coffee, and Bart, who's sitting 10 feet away, can hear everything that's coming over his headset. It's like the guy who's in a restaurant, sitting maybe at the bar, having a conversation on his phone, and you can hear everything the other person's saying from the other side of the restaurant. Who are the people that go to Walmart and are on FaceTime? It's like an average conversation.
They're passing time.
Yeah, they're just going through life, and they happen to be on aisle 3.
That's right.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
Driving my son to school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo Show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
Chuck's out in San Fran. 2-hour time difference out there, by the way. So it's 5 a.m. And we want Chuck to stay on his body clock. You know, we got to adjust him to time out there, and we'll talk to him eventually.
Maybe.
You know, I mean, I told him like, you don't worry about it. Like, you do what you need to do, and we'll be fine. But I didn't mean it. And maybe I should have shared that.
Maybe so.
You know,
I think he probably believed you.
Yeah, but also he didn't tell me anything back. He's like, "Oh, we'll just see how it goes." Like,
I think we now know how it went.
You know, I mean, he could have a situation where I almost had this situation this morning. Like, I woke up at, I don't know what time it was. It was like 2 a.m. or something. And my phone was like plugged in on the charger, and I couldn't get it to turn on. So I just kept like plugging it back in, and I went back to sleep. I was like, well, if the alarm doesn't go off, I mean, I don't know, maybe they'll figure it out.
We would have been fine.
But what if his phone just, died and didn't go off? And call security at the hotel. Have them do a welfare check.
Could you please knock on Mr. Barrett's
woken up
door?
like that? How about that? Nolan Richardson came over to practice yesterday before the Hogs took off for San Francisco. Hogs Plus had a great video on social. They had Cal on the plane on the way back, like before they took off, like inviting Coach Richardson to come to practice on Monday, and then Nolan showed up, talked to the team.
First of all, you have done a magnificent job. You don't know what you have accomplished because you're right on top of it. You should walk with a swagger, because if I'm the coach, got to play you, you're beginning to peak. Can you imagine the rest of them has peaked to the level where I think this is it for them? The ground will continue to be better. It's getting better. That's the best way to go into any tournament. But I got you in the Final Four. What does that mean? Got to get there. You do. I don't. But the most important game is your very next game. One for all for one.
It's just cool to see Nolan involved.
It's so cool how, like, Cal has made sure that Nolan has been a part of the program. And you can just tell the respect that he has for Nolan and what Nolan has accomplished, and just how good he was as a coach and a mentor and a human. And seeing Nolan at these practices talking to the team, it's so cool. And it should, to quote Clay Henry, it does your heart good as a Razorback fan to see something like that.
It's great for Nolan too.
Yeah,
like for Nolan, the respect factor there. For Cal, and to add value to Nolan and recognize that is, I think it shows some thoughtfulness on his part. But it's also just cool for Razorback fans to feel like the dots are connected from the past, the best years of Arkansas basketball to the present. Charlie's in Camden. Hey, Charlie, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Good morning, guys. How are y'all?
Doing great.
How y'all doing?
Doing great.
So are we worried about Chuck? No, we're not sending an APB out for him.
Not yet.
Not
yet. I mean, I don't know if he took that midnight Alcatraz tour or what, but, Chuck, he probably hit the ground and just went out, and just said, like, these guys are always talking about, like, what did you do last night? I'm going to show them. I'm going to absolutely land and tie one on, and I'll let them know about it when I let them know about it. I don't think that happened, but
he's just asleep.
Yeah,
I mean,
100%.
Hey, let Chuck be Chuck right now.
Absolutely.
I listened yesterday. Bo, I want to get you a little bit. You came at me a little bit. What idiot fills out 3 brackets? Let me explain why I did that. Just so I know you were messing with Bart in the process. See, I wanted to fill out one bracket where I thought I knew what I was talking about. Then there was going to be one where my favorite team's going to make it, right? And that's Arkansas. And then there's the SEC bias. But I'll tell you, the one that I thought I knew some things, I'm not really doing so well in that one. So I think I need to just keep the SEC biased and my favorite team as part of, my bracket filling out. But anyway.
Well, you're not alone, by the way. Bart's the one that really has a beef with people filling out multiple brackets. But most people I know do this, and they follow a similar philosophy as you do. Yeah, Edward, did you fill out just one? Are you on that bandwagon too, where you only have one? Yeah. See,
in ink.
I don't know. I mean, these guys that we have in here.
I wish I filled out multiple.
They're a little. They get a little on their high horse every once in a while.
It's March Madness. Enjoy it however you want. If you want to fill out 200 brackets, fill out 200 brackets.
Whoa, not 200.
I mean, I don't know who has time to fill out. Like I filled mine out.
I'm just
on the show because I never got to it otherwise.
I'm just one of those people who I'm going to fill out one, and this is my bracket. This is what I'm going.
By the way,
I don't care if you fill out multiple. That's fine.
By the way, Bart gave us this whole list, Charlie, of things to do, like how to pick your bracket, right? And like 8 things you should know about filling out a bracket. And this year has been more chalk than any other. And people, I hear people complaining about it. I'm not upset, but I think it has affected the way the bracket competitions. Does anybody have a perfect bracket left in the country?
I think they're all gone now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, see, sometimes like in a year like this, you're just picking all these upsets that aren't going to happen. They just, And Arkansas is the one team that is that team upsetting people right now.
Hey, look, I mean, I had VCU in the Sweet 16. They lost in the first round.
Yeah.
I mean,
so anyhow, Charlie,
happens.
That's where we are.
and let me ask you this, Bo, because this has been going around the national media. I know you just had Seth on here. This idea, I'm over this idea now because I don't think Arkansas is a Cinderella anymore. Because I think when you look at the team, the talent, the coach and all that, to me, they have been the better team on the floor the first two games. Now, look, there were stretches in the St. John's game. I think when you close that first half the way the Hogs did and you start the second half the way they did, that was key to that game. But, listen, these guys are like, I don't know, what are they, 6-point underdogs against Texas Tech or 5 or something like that? I'm not, if people want to keep counting us out, okay, because you're feeding right into these kids, and these kids seem to respond to that. Now, I'm like you guys. I don't think they can beat Florida, but, hey, it would be amazing.
They can.
Maryland, why don't y'all go up to them? They can. But anyways, y'all have a good one. They can do it.
All right, Charlie. Yeah. No, I don't – like we talked about it. We have a clip out of us talking about it on social media about Cinderella, and I get it. It doesn't really fit. Cinderella classically is the small school or the non-Power 5 school making a run. But it's a Cinderella-type run because you're a 10 seed. Like, it's the definition of the Cinderella in March, a double-digit seed making a run. But what we all understand, I think, is how talented Arkansas is, and it hadn't come together, and we talked about it. When would it come together? And even without Thiero and, Boogie's at maybe 50% or something right now, which, by the way, I expect him to be a lot better on Thursday. We'll see if Thiero plays at all. I'm not necessarily expecting him to, but I think he's trying to. Well, I think he's actually, done some workouts, been working hard with the training staff. But regardless, this team's talented enough to beat anyone. Now the probability of beating Florida, and they got to beat Texas Tech first, it's not like there's a high percentage chance. But if they go play like they did that one game at Kentucky, like if they shoot like that, play defense like they're capable of, yeah, they can win that game. David in South Arkansas, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. I just got a question, kind of a perspective. I was listening to some other shows yesterday, some national shows, and I've been reading articles, ESPN things. Do you think maybe Pitino just got out-coached? There was this really testy exchange between Pitino and a reporter who was asking him, like, why did you have Lewis, this, player of the year? Why was he on the bench at the end? And Pitino just got really testy. He didn't really answer the question. And we beat them at their own game. And even during the game, I was, listening to Chuck and Z, I think, was making comments like, they quit. You can tell. Do you think maybe Pitino just got out-coached and St. John's just quit on him? But that whole thing, why was this dude on the bench? I don't care if he's 3 for.
Well, I think he was on the bench. I think Pitino answered the question, but the way he answered it was to the reporter, you know why he's out. You know why he didn't play there. You're asking leading questions. And to me, reading between the lines, I go back to that viral locker room clip that came out from Pitino challenging his team's ability to deal with adversity. And I don't think Pitino felt like that guy was where he needed him to be to help this team win with his mindset. And I don't think this game was about out-coaching. I think they both coached a heck of a game. I think this was about Arkansas's size and athleticism frustrating a team who all year had been able to rough people up, get in their heads, figure out ways to physically win the game. And Arkansas is a terrible matchup for St. John's. They're just more athletic and just as physical. And I don't think they've seen much of that this year, which is what I think the game came down to. And by the way, it's why I said yesterday, asked the question, is there a more dangerous team left in the tournament? I'm not saying Arkansas is better than Duke or Florida. I'm not, or any of the top seeds. I'm not even. That's not what I mean. I mean, like, if there's 15 teams out there and they get to pick who they play next. I mean, nobody wants to pick Arkansas. Like, which is funny because you were telling me we go to the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room, Bart, that there are some that still have Arkansas like as the worst team left in the tournament.
Yeah, there's an ESPN story where they re-ranked the field, re-ranked the final 16 teams, 1 through 16.
Just like college basketball writers?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have Arkansas 16th. And I just refuse to believe that
everybody's good right now. But I just think the way that I think people, they haven't necessarily paid attention, and I don't blame them. They're not looking at it this closely. But what we in Arkansas, I think, maybe should understand is why this team's so dangerous. I started asking Chuck about that 2 weeks ago. They've been in every situation. There's no adversity they haven't faced. They've been without their leading scorers. They found multiple ways to win games. And their attitude and relentlessness and their ability or willingness to work really hard defensively, loose ball situations, rebounding, and then this. You know what's funny about this team is for all the shots they miss, they still play with confidence. They're a confident team. I mean, all of the and then the size and athletic. I mean, we don't realize the amount of shots they block, the amount of shots they alter, all of them. I'm not just talking about TB and Jonas and Big Z. I'm talking about where's Nelly coming from? Where's Carter Knox coming from? I mean, there's guys blocking shots all over the floor. You know, the makeup of this team is just because Jimmy Dykes said it. We've talked about this. It's all about matchups now. In one-game scenarios, do you match up with a team good or bad, or is it kind of even, or is it just a terrible matchup for you? And Arkansas just creates a lot of matchup problems. We got to hit a break. 7:17, the Chuck and Bo Show. Don't forget to file your taxes this year. Do it with H&R Block. They can help you by just answering a question or do the whole thing for you. Walk in, make an appointment. They'll put 70 years of tax prep expertise to work for you so you can file with confidence at H&R Block. Good morning. Can we just say, for all of you who get up early in the morning and you work so hard, man, we're glad you're here. We're just really appreciating all the work you do to make Arkansas better.
You talking to me?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
I always enjoy talking about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
Let's have fun!
The madness is here, and it's time to get your exclusive pass with Cal and the Razorbacks. Only with Hogs Plus, the Netflix for Razorback fans.
We just got to refuse to lose.
Documentaries, films, interviews, and everything behind the scenes.
Like it was Hollywood.
And me! Take your fandom to the next level, only at hogsplus.com. Enter promo code MM25 for a 25% discount on a yearly membership.
If you're having issues with your gutters or drainage around the house, you need to call Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated with over 30 years of experience. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drains. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year guarantee. Hog Trough Gutters services all of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com, to find out more. That's hog, Gutters.com.
You know, I want Texas to lose. Yeah, I want them to rot in hell.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Up to $10,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV. With hands-free driving assistance, go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $800 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023, Anheuser-Busch, Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or a do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain? Or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Wade Gilkey or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Summer's coming.
I'm already ready for summer. I'm ready for summer.
It's great. So we're about to get Chuck off the road.
Chuck's looking forward to that.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
You think we got that Kentucky gal any followers on TikTok after we posted all that yesterday? Or we didn't post it. We just talked about it.
Yeah, we just talked about it.
Maybe we should post it. Maybe we should invite her on the show. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad
I think that's a very bad idea.
You know, I was.
I don't
the
think
definition of a bad idea.
Judging by the video, I'm
all about bad ideas that are good for the show, though.
I think we'd get a call from the FCC after.
Well, we can tape it and we can bleep it out. That would be. That we need to do this. We need to do it. I've got to get some green rimmed, bright green rimmed glasses though for the interview.
Should we just play this whole thing again?
And I got to get cats and stuff.
Matt and Baldwin texted in and said Chuck may have been kidnapped and heading back to Appalachia.
Kentucky fans got him at the airport. I mean, boy, Seth Greenberg got loose on Kentucky for a second.
Yeah, he did. He reined it back in, but
he's not wrong. I mean,
no.
Don't talk about Kentucky. Got it?
She was something, man. I mean, that is the definition of what I thought a Kentucky fan, a certain segment of Kentucky fans look like and act
Mark.
like. Yeah.
Pope.
Yeah, Mark Pope is their coach. Kentucky's good.
Pope.
I mean, Pope's done a good job there. Would you trade Cal for Pope?
No, I'd rather have Cal.
Yeah, I mean
100 times out of 100.
That's the thing. They would too.
And I'm going to call bull.
I didn't know when you were playing, ma'am. I really didn't. And nobody is talking about you. Like, you are not. You are. If you rank the least relevant teams, Kentucky's right there.
Who the hell are you?
The least relevant teams in the NCAA tournament. They're right there.
Yeah.
I'm just a guy who knows a guy who gets to cover that basketball coach that the other Hall of Fame coach that you let get away.
To tell Kentucky fans that we don't care about our current coach.
I didn't say that. I said nobody else does.
Who the hell are you?
Bo Mattingly.
And I approve this message.
Yeah. We need to take that lady to Blakeman's. Get her a cup of coffee. Let her talk to Ben. Sit down at Cafe B. Tell me your story, sweetheart. Tell me your story.
Can you imagine just Look,
here's a glass of Prosecco. Forget that latte. Let's really get you going here.
This is like the most far-fetched scenario, perhaps. But if Arkansas and Kentucky played for the national championship, it would be like.
Well, look,
would
I'll say this. Hey, listen, it's the script for this season has been. You can't make this up. But going to Kentucky 0-5, were they 0-5 when they got to Kentucky? Is that what it was? Were they 0-5 going to Lexington? I mean, that was the perfect scenario because that's the perfect way to flip the script to get some momentum. What were they? 1-6. 1-6. It was the perfect way to sort of right the ship. Like exercise the demons, go play a great game. It was perfect. I don't know if you could have played another team that would have given you that kind of juice, that environment, and for it to be there and all of that. Everything changed from that day forward.
You're lying.
The best part of this lady, coming at us is the TV on in the background.
Yeah. So this is
she's
a
just
lady
recording a TikTok with a TV blaring in the background.
This is a lady.
You are talking about Kentucky basketball. Got it. And I'm going to call bull.
Did I hear dead
with
people?
Your statement that you.
Can we ascertain what's being said in the background of this while she's recording this?
This is a lady who reposted one of our TikToks with her own commentary, basically, just to kind of set the stage for people.
I mean, if we need a whole other segment on what TikTok is.
Well, yeah,
for some people, can play
just the whole thing.
I don't know, like if you can go. Well,
it's
really,
not that long. It's not that long.
Okay, but here's what I'm listening for.
What she's watching?
Yeah, if
can we identify this show?
Yeah, I'll give somebody like $10 cash if they can tell me what is playing
with absolute certainty.
With absolute certainty, and I know we've got an FBI agent listening and can probably pick it up right away. And for you, it's $100, but anybody else, it's $10 because it's amateur. All right. I want to what is playing in the background? Let's listen. Here we go. Fan. Nobody's talking about you. I don't know when you play. I don't know who you.
But here you are talking about Kentucky basketball. Got it. And I'm going to call bull with your statement that you just made about we don't know who you play and when you play. You're lying. And who the hell are you to tell Kentucky fans that we don't care about our current coach? And by the way, his name is Mark Pope. We care about Mark Pope. Worry about Arkansas. How's that? Okay? And if you don't want to talk about Kentucky and say people's not talking about Kentucky, then don't talk about Kentucky.
It's a commercial.
Got it? You?
It went to a commercial.
Yeah, there's a commercial there. I don't know if the whole thing was commercials in the background. Maybe that's why she was recording it, because her show, Law and Order SVU or whatever she was watching, went to commercial, and she's like, "Nah, I got to record this TikTok. Let's go."
Did you expect her to crack open a Mountain Dew in the middle of that? Take a big old pull off of a Mountain Dew?
I wouldn't have said Mountain Dew.
What would have been? No, it'd been a soda. It would have been a soft drink.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no. Whatever. Yeah. Classic.
No, I don't think so.
Hey, mark life's moments. Mark your story at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks. An expanded selection of breathtaking jewelry as they unveil that stunningly redesigned showroom. I mean, it is amazing. But it's about the people. It's about Arkansas. It's about Blakeman's wanting to give Arkansas something we didn't have. What an amenity and a shopping experience. But marking journeys, marking milestones is something some of us are better than others at, but there's no better place to do it, nobody better to deal with to help you do it than Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers, the official jeweler of the Chuck and Bo Show. 7:29, Chuck's in San Francisco. We're in studio. Arkansas, Texas Tech on Thursday, and the Razorbacks playing Missouri State, by the way, in baseball at Baum Stadium tonight. Baum Walker Stadium. 6 o'clock. Good morning.
I'm not telling you that everything's great. I'm also not willing to say everything's terrible.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Discover the Stonebreaker Hotel, where handcrafted elegance meets modern comfort. Relax in beautifully designed rooms, or book your next reservation at the Stonebreaker Lounge and Restaurant, where you can satisfy cravings with fresh, seasonal takes on traditional favorites. Open daily from 5 to 9 p.m. For more information, log on to stonebreakerhotel.com, located on Markham Road in Fayetteville, where you'll find the Stonebreaker Hotel and Restaurant.
There's nothing we enjoy saying more than I told you so.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The SEC has changed.
Major breaking news, college
Our coach has changed. Our roster has changed. One thing that hasn't changed, who we are. We are a championship program. We are led by Hall of Fame coaches. We are over 19,000 strong at home, and we are just as powerful on the road. We are the ones you counted out. We are Razorbacks.
Listen to every Razorback basketball game right here on ESPN 95.3 and hitthatline.com.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
It's Markdown Madness at Harry Robinson's Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal. Take a test drive, shoot a hoop, get up to $500 on your way to saving up to $15,000 off on select units.
Yes, you know, the 2024 Ford F-150, #1 selling truck for over 40 years. And right now you can come down to Harry Robinson Salisal Ford and you can pick up a new 24 and save up to $15,000 off. And hey, we've got our test drive. Go on a test drive, you get a chance, you see that giant basketball goal setting up there, you can win up to $500 cash.
And all you got to do is take a test drive.
All you got to do, go on a test drive, you get a shot, you make it, you can win up to $500 cash.
Huge savings right now, Markdown Madness, and again, up to $15,000 off on Ford F-150s. Harry Robinson, Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal, and shop online at harryrobinson.com.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted Best Garage Door Company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Attention business owners, are you overpaying for your website, dropping thousands up front and shelling out more than $95 a month? Stop the madness! With Modular Orange, you get a custom-built, fully managed website for just $95 a month. No hidden fees, no headaches. They write it, build it, launch it, update it, and secure it so you can focus on your business. Ditch the overpriced hassle and go simple. Visit modularorange.com today. That's modularorange.com.
That's 782-8940. That's the only number you need to know for all of your heating and air, plumbing, and drain cleaning needs. That's 782-8940, the only number you need to know.
It's Blaylock Heating and Air Conditioning and Plumbing Services. To have a red truck rolling your way today for great American-made York products, give us a call at 782-8940. That's 782-8940.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
They look at each other and say, if we don't come together, we may not win a game. If we don't come together, this isn't going to happen for any of us. They knew.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Cal was on Dan Patrick's show yesterday. We'll get some of those clips. Dan Patrick's still going strong, does an amazing job. And Cal was good with him yesterday. But just saw this on social media. We got to go to the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room, where Bart has another strong opinion about somebody else's opinion. College basketball report. I don't even know who that is, but they've got about 90,000 followers on Twitter.
It's a popular Twitter account. And after seeing this latest post, I'm not sure why they're popular, because they clearly do not know ball. They are non-ball knowers. They posted a ranking of the Sweet 16 coaches. Okay, all the coaches left in the Sweet 16.
1 through 16.
And John Calipari is 10th in their ranking. A Hall of Fame coach is 10th behind guys like Matt Painter, Nate Oates, Bruce Pearl, Chris Beard, Rick Barnes, Tommy Lloyd, and John Shire. Tommy Lloyd and John Shire, what the hell have those guys done to be ranked ahead of John Calipari?
Well, Shire's the Duke coach, and he's got a really good team.
Congratulations to him. He's won 0 national titles. Don't even think he's been to a Final Four. Same with Tommy Lloyd. What are we doing here? John Calipari is one of the best coaches in college basketball, not just in the game right now, but that the game has ever seen. He changed the game. He changed the way offenses run. He changed the way teams recruit. He changed the way you build rosters. And you have him 10th among this group of coaches? Look, if you want to have Tom Izzo ahead of Cal, that's fine. That's fine. I would still put Cal ahead of Izzo, but Izzo's an incredible coach and does incredible things and has another great team this year. But Matt Painter, get real. Let's get serious. Nate Oates, get serious.
Nate Oates has done a good job. Let me play devil's advocate.
He has.
He's done a good job at Alabama.
He's done a fine job. He doesn't have the career resume that Cal does. And when you're talking about, if you're going to rank the coaches, you have to rank them on what they have accomplished. You're not just ranking them on the teams they have this year. So, I don't know. Again, I don't know this account. I don't know why they have 90,000 followers, because they shouldn't.
It's because they post rage bait like this. People engage with.
They're feeding people terrible information, and
Edward with a dose of
ruined my. I was in the middle of a point. Whatever.
No, I know.
It's gone.
but you're right on resume and all this. I don't want to ruin your point. Sorry,
it's gone.
Well, you got.
I lost my train of thought.
Bring it, because it's your emotion. You're all fired up.
Yeah, because it's stupid. It's stupid.
Well,
the fact that people follow crap like this is stupid. The fact that crap like this is posted is stupid. Bunch of morons.
It's stupid.
It's a bunch of morons.
If you need a word, stupid. Hey, listen. The good news is Cal's 10th and Mark Pope's 14th. Okay?
Eat your heart out.
There's silver lining in there. Cal's 10th and Mark Pope's 14th. Why is Kelvin Sampson number 1? Why is Kelvin Sampson the best coach in the Sweet 16?
They explained, they justified it in their comments. They said longest active Sweet 16 streak. That was their reasoning.
Congratulations.
Hey, Cal's on the verge. Cal's the only guy on this list that has a chance to take his 4th different team to the Final Four.
He is in the Basketball Hall of Fame, not the College Basketball Hall of Fame, not the UMass Hall of Fame. No. He is in the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame as a coach. He is the best coach in this left in this tournament.
So here's the list. Kelvin Sampson 1, Tom Izzo 2, Matt Painter 3, Nate Oates 4, Bruce Pearl 5, Chris Beard 6. Is Chris Beard a better coach than Cal?
No.
Rick Barnes. Is Rick Barnes a better coach than Cal?
Absolutely not.
Tommy Lloyd, John Shire, Cal number 10, followed by Dusty May, Todd Golden at Florida, Grant McCaslin at Texas Tech, Mark Pope 14, Kevin Willard, who's the Maryland coach, longtime coach at
Seton Hall. You got a selfie with him.
I did because people thought we looked alike. I'm better looking. Kevin Young is the 16th coach.
BYU.
Yeah. I mean, lists like this are made to argue.
100%. 100%.
I mean, that's what it is. But it is interesting. I still think that people
there's the narrative
do not give Cal the credit I think he deserves. In my opinion, he deserves. And I think a year ago we wouldn't have either. So let me ask you this question. Has your opinion of John Calipari changed from a year ago? Has your opinion changed? Do you have the same opinion of Cal? 877-377-6963. Or has your opinion changed? Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room. Bart right there calling things stupid. Looking for tough, dependable trucks? Well, they got them at the Fayetteville Auto Park at Chevy of Fayetteville. Truck month is underway. The 25 Silverados, 11.5 off. The 25 Tahoes, you can get 12.5 in savings. Truck months for a limited time, so get in there. Electrify your new year with Chevy of Fayetteville because they've got the 25 Chevy Equinox EV, $15,000 off, as well as the Blazer EV. Now's a great time to buy at the Fayetteville Auto Park. So the Razorback baseball team just keeps winning. They're going to play again tonight. Is this a 2-game series?
There's another game later in the year.
Okay, but they're just playing one midweek. Who do they have this weekend? After sweeping South Carolina over the weekend. By the way,
Vanderbilt.
At Vanderbilt?
At Vandy, yeah.
How's Vanderbilt this year?
They're 14th in the country.
Yeah. Arkansas is number 2.
Mm-hmm.
The Arkansas
number 1 in one poll.
The Arkansas lineup is just fun to watch.
Yeah.
I mean,
they can really hit.
Charles Davalon, the leadoff hitter, 408, 7 home runs, 3 doubles, 25 runs batted in, and since March 8th is hitting .542.
I believe that's good.
The Alloy brothers, Iredale hit a grand slam in the 8th the other day. I know we're just kind of getting to baseball. Like, it's just sort of the cycle of things, even though some people lied to us and themselves and said they had left the basketball team and had moved on to baseball. There's no way you're not watching. I mean, heck, you don't even have to be an Arkansas fan right now and you're watching what's going on with Razorback basketball. 7:42, it's the Chuck and Bo Show. Chuck's going to join us at the top of the hour. We'll get your thoughts coming up. I want to know, you can text, you can call. Have your thoughts changed? Because when we see lists like this with Cal, it reminds me of this. Like, is he really, of the 16 coaches in the final 16 left in the tournament, he's 10th? Really? You really believe that? Like, somebody really either believes that or they just wanted to get a reaction. But somebody has posted that with a pretty solid college basketball following. And it reminds me of where we were a year ago. What were your thoughts a year ago? What are they today? We'll get into it next. Good morning.
That's the actual question. What the hell's going on around here?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
You know the sound, you know the place, and you know the time of year that means live racing at Oaklawn is coming. If your Oaklawn is playing favorites, letting it ride on long shots, or just soaking up the vibes of race day, it's time to make your plans and discover your Oaklawn. Live racing starts Friday, December 6th. Reserve seats, rooms in our hotel, or a spot in your favorite Oaklawn restaurant at oaklawn.com.
This is my Oaklawn.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Ready or not, it is tax season. But luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service. Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and McDonald Eye Associates is my one-stop for any vision need. The progressives they have me in are a game changer, and my new sunglasses are going to be great for baseball season. McDonald Eye was the first practice in the state to perform LASIK, and they have the most experience. They also have the new vision correction options for all ages, including cataract and clear lens replacement to see your best from all distances. For your best vision, McDonald Eye is the place to go.
You want to talk about washed? You're being brainwashed by idiots. You're following idiots.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Join us for the legendary adventure Mystery at the Forest on Saturday, April 26th. Heart to Heart Pregnancy and Family Care Center invites you to share this magical evening of excitement, mystery, and fun. If you are a business or individual looking to sponsor a heartfelt organization or to buy tickets, please visit our Facebook page for more information or call our office at 479-452-2260.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Herod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook where you can check out their work.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry.
What makes you unique from other stores in the area?
I try to build a great relationship with all of my customers. I can do just anything from cars to food trucks to signs, banners. I do a lot of custom this and that. I'll say 100% of anybody come in here, they leave out happy. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Save up to $5,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith, or online at harryrobinson.com.
You're listening to The Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
When streaming became a thing, Chuck became the ultimate homebody. Now I don't ever have to leave now. It's all right here. My whole,
a lot of truth to
my
that.
whole portal to the outside world is through streaming.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, before we head to the phones, Chuck's going to join us from San Francisco at the top of the hour. Team got in there late last night, at least our time. 2-hour time difference, if we forgot, on the West Coast. Arkansas has just been different as a team. And I've told you about the sweating them edge. It's been different for me. When we lack in certain levels, it changes us. And, you know, as you get a little bit older and even sometimes at a younger age, you just don't have the energy. You look around, you're like, man, other people do. Well, we're not all built the same. and it's worth getting tested. Get your labs checked and see where you might be deficient. I mean, sometimes it's just a supplement, like a multivitamin type thing. Could be a T shot, but there's no shame in it, at least not for me. I mean, I was drinking a couple of energy drinks in the afternoon just to, like, have the energy level I wanted to. That's all changed because of the Swetnam Edge. Dr. Jeff Swetnam's a friend. The work he's done has been thorough, and I trust him. And if you want to log on to SwetnamCosmetic.com, click on the Swetnam Edge, you can get a free evaluation and find out where you are and develop a game plan just for you. The Swetnam Edge, 877-377-6963 as we head to the phones. Brian's in El Dorado. Brian, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Hey, guys. First-time caller, long-time listener. Hey,
thanks, man.
Just to rephrase on basketball, I didn't really. I knew whenever they had everybody transferred out or went into the portal, and only one player basically come back, and I didn't figure we'd have a very good year anyway. But to make it as far as they did in the tournament is surprising. Yeah. I mean, I had to redo my bracket, and I've got Arkansas going all the way, and hopefully that they'll make it to the Final Four. I hope so. If they get past Texas Tech, they can beat Florida. I know Florida's good, but they're beatable. But I want y'all's opinion on Texas Tech and the baseball team. Wow, it's surprising me this year. They're very, very good. I am impressed, especially with the three Hawaiians and Australian. They are burning it up there in Fayetteville. And I'll let y'all go, guys.
So, hey, has your opinion of Cal changed?
No. No, never will.
Like from when he was at Kentucky to now?
I believe in him just like I believed in Nolan Richardson.
All right. All right. Hey, thanks for the call. Brian, always good to hear it from a first-time caller. 877-377-6963. Bart, give me your thoughts on Texas Tech real quick.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of what Texas Tech does depends on, and how they play depends on whether or not Chance McMillian is going to play. His status still up in the air. He was injured in the Big 12 tournament and hasn't played since.
What's he like? Give me his size.
He's a shooter.
Okay,
he's a guy who can get a bucket. JT Toppin's their best player. He's a transfer from New Mexico. Has played really, really well all year. All-American type player. I think he was second-team All-American. He's gonna, the matchup is him versus Arkansas's bigs. He's a little undersized as a 5. He's 6'8", 6'9", something like that. How's he handle Jonas Adu? That's
Seth
the game.
Greenberg mentioned that. And,
that's the game.
Trevin Brazil may be playing, like, guarding him more.
Yeah.
Because of his athleticism.
Correct.
And that's what Arkansas can do. They can be multiple and versatile. Foul trouble was something you were concerned about against St. John's. It happened, and they still figured out a way to win. Which, again, that's what's one of the most interesting things about this team. It's just finding different ways. But
Arkansas's physicality is going to play a big role in this game because I'm not sure Texas Tech has a lot of experience playing a team as athletic and physical as the Razorbacks.
And they're not as good defensively as either one of Arkansas's first two opponents.
Correct.
Jake in Fayetteville. Hey, Jake, good morning. Jake, you with us? Or is that Julie? I'm sorry. Julie in Fayetteville. My bad. Hi, Julie. Let's try Jimmy. Is your name Jimmy?
It doesn't matter, apparently.
Gerard? Jason? James? None of it. Okay. 877-377-6963 again is the number. You can always text or call. Cal should be in the top 3 on that list. We got from Matt and Baldwin. Went from not liking but respecting Cal to liking and respecting this year. My opinion has changed since the calendar year turned, given some of the success that changed for the basketball team. I enjoy when someone is willing to change their opinion based on knowledge or information. I appreciate that. And I appreciate, I don't know why we get like this or what causes us to get like this, but the idea that what I once thought always has to be true just because is you're not thinking through it. But my opinion of Cal's changed. I've always had a respect for him and thought he was a good coach, but I didn't have the perspective I had on the kind of in-game coach and the strategy and the game planning. I didn't have any idea. Didn't see it up close like this. I've been really impressed with that. We knew he was a great recruiter. Hey, if you need some gutter work done or just one company we'd recommend for you to call, Hog Trough Gutters. Locally owned and operated. Everything comes with a 20-year warranty. Servicing Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. All you got to do is log on to hoggutters.com. They got a phone number there. You can take a picture of whatever you need done, send it to them, and they'll give you some feedback before they ever even show up. Hog Gutters. hoggutters.com. Check it out.
Did you know Chevy of Fayetteville is the #1 volume dealer in Northwest Arkansas? That means nobody sells more cars, trucks, or SUVs than Chevy of Fayetteville. They've been a part of our community for over 25 years. They're supporters of our local schools and the Razorbacks. And they're the best after the sale. An award-winning service and parts department, a waiting area, complimentary loaners. So go see Chris Mark in Denver and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville, inside the Fayetteville Auto Park.
Guys, regardless of our age, feeling good is something we all want. That's what the Sweat No Edge is all about. It's where health, confidence, and peak performance come together. We all face challenges like low energy, hair loss, who's looking at me, stubborn weight, and skin health. The good news is we can do something about it. Get your free evaluation today and see where you are. Chuck and I have both done it and are better off for it. Log on to sweatgnomecosmetic.com and click on the Sweat No Edge.
I always enjoy talking about Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company. If you followed my radio career, you remember they were partners on the original sports rap radio program over 20 years ago. We've done business together from an advertising perspective, but more importantly, they've been my partners in buying and selling homes. I'd recommend them to anybody. They're in Northwest Arkansas, the River Valley, and in Branson. Weichert Realtors, the Griffin Company, turning houses into homes since 1978.
There's no better shopping experience than you're going to find at Macadoodles or at Guess Who in Bentonville. And every Wednesday is Wine Down Wednesday. 15% off every bottle of wine in the store, even if it's already on sale. But when it comes to selection, amazing prices and unbeatable customer service, Macadoodles and Guess Who in Bentonville is second to none. Wine, beer, and spirits. Stock up for your next party or just stop by and grab your favorite. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista, and Guess Who in Bentonville.
Bo, when your show went off a few years ago, it was like I've been lost ever since then. And I just really appreciate your show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Save up to $5,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive
you guys got me?
in this 5-passenger SUV.
Watch it, Chuck.
Find the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover for as low as $399 per month.
Hey, Chuck.
These
you
are
hear me?
limited time offers.
I do.
Experience the new Buick
Good morning.
at Harry Robinson
Good morning.
Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, beautiful sunshine. Our high this afternoon will be in the middle 70s north, low 80s south. Clear to partly cloudy sky tonight and overnight low in the upper 40s to low 50s. Wednesday, lots of sunshine, a high low to mid 70s, and a chance of a few showers or thunderstorms Thursday. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort
Finish
Smith.
this. We will make
Equipment
the final
down, got a
four
leak,
if-
lost pressure. Don't let hydraulic problems slow you down. At Central Hydraulics in Fort Smith, we've got the
That's
power
it.
to keep you moving. From hoses and fittings to full system repairs, our expert team delivers top quality service fast. Central Hydraulics specializes in hydraulic pumps, cylinders, and custom built solutions, so you can get back to work. Heavy machinery,
further
farming
than
equipment,
Kentucky,
construction
don't you?
rigs. If it runs on hydraulics, we've got you covered. Visit Central Hydraulics today or call 479-646-0471 for fast, reliable service.
From the Bushlight Studios, this is ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris, Fort Smith.
To have that, I don't know. It's fun though, isn't it?
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
In Arkansas, 7 out of every $10 placed on a sporting bet app is with Bet Saracen, because Bet Saracen offers more ways to win and more ways to get paid, and faster. Find your winners on Bet Saracen and look for my Double R prop bet specials. I pick them and you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Up to $10,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV. With hands-free driving assistance, go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $800 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Attention business owners, are you overpaying for your website, dropping thousands up front and shelling out more than $95 a month? Stop the madness! With Modular Orange, you get a custom-built, fully managed website for just $95 a month. No hidden fees, no headaches. They write it, build it, launch it, update it, and secure it so you can focus on your business. Ditch the overpriced hassle and go simple. Visit modularorange.com today. That's modularorange.com.
Hey, this is Dr. Charlie Liggett at River Valley Smile Center. You may know me as your local dentist, but I'm a giant Hogs, Dolphins, and college baseball fan as well. Listen to me, Phil, and Matt talk about our 3 ups and downs for the weekend every Monday on halftime at 12:15. At River Valley Smile Center, we're a comprehensive dental facility that offers children's dentistry, dental implants, sedation, whitening, and much, much more. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cave, and myself are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. River Valley Smile Center. When you come here, you become family.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
I asked Twitter's AI who would win the next 50 national championships in college basketball.
Why would you do that?
And in the year 2050, 25 years from now, the Arkansas Razorbacks will be national champions again.
2050. I don't think I'm going to make it it that far.
Come on, Chuck. Don't
I'd
say
be-
things like that.
Well,
put yourself on the clock like
The
that.
odds are not in my favor. I'll just put it that way. I'm not sure I want to live quite that long.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "Let's turn on the Chuck and Bo Show."
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still happy.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
8:03 in the natural state. It is 6:03 in San Francisco on the west coast of California, where the great Chuck Barrett arrived late last night with the rest of the Razorback contingent as they're prepared to take San Francisco by storm. Chuck has joined us unexpectedly because I, for one, totally understand, Chuck. I mean, I might have trashed you for an hour and a half, but I didn't mean any of it.
Well, I would expect nothing less.
But I totally, I mean, listen, you got to get yourself right to be on the West Coast. Anybody that travels to the West Coast, even if you don't get up early in the morning, knows it absolutely has an impact. So I'm just glad you're there. I'm glad you. I mean, you look like $1 million damn dollars.
Well, I feel like $1 million. I do. And I thought when I woke up, I thought, I feel like $1 million. I got to get on with Bo.
Yeah.
And so here we are.
Yeah. Okay. Tell us about the trip. Give us the inside look at it.
It was good. It was a good trip. Team, obviously, on the plane. A lot of people like me just hanging around. The band came. There'll be a small pep band like there was at Providence. So they are here. We got in last night. It was very nice. And then it got dark. And so we came in. And I think everybody was a little bit, it was strange because our body clocks were a lot further along than the actual clock on the wall. So I think everybody probably got a early bedtime last night.
You've been 3 time zones in 3 days. Like, you got back at 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning from the East time zone, okay? You're in the Central time zone all day Sunday. By Monday at 5 o'clock, you're headed to the West Coast. I mean, it's not – and we talk about you because you're on the show, but the whole team, the whole organization. Right. I thought it was really smart to get out there early like this and get acclimated.
I think maybe if they played in a different regional, it might not be that way. But out here, I think it's, and you don't really think about it. The players, I doubt, are really all caught up in where have I been. But when you put it like that, I mean, you're on the East Coast and you come home for a day and pack, and then you're on the West Coast, and they have to play. They're going to practice today. They'll practice at the University of San Francisco this afternoon. And today's one of those days, and you said it a minute ago, you just kind of try to get your body clock adjusted, and they'll do that. But by Thursday, it'll all be familiar.
I threw out the question, and this came about because we saw a post from a college basketball social media account that ranked the Sweet 16 coaches, and Cal came in at number 10. And we kind of laughed at that. Bart didn't just do that. We went to the, as you can imagine, the Chevy of Fayetteville Situation Room, and Bart went to town. The word stupid came out quite a bit.
I would imagine.
And so, but what it led to, Chuck, was, has your opinion changed of John Calipari in the last year? Like, go 1 year ago today, has your opinion of John Calipari changed? Because I'm asking myself, how can anybody put him 10th on this list? Like, with any sort of conviction. Do you really think he's the 10th best coach that's still playing in the Sweet 16 or coaching in the Sweet 16 today? And that got me to thinking, like, I've actually gotten to know Cal as a coach just watching him more closely and think more of him from a in-game coach, a game strategy, game planning, all of that. I've paid more attention to it because it's right in front of me, but that's the team we pay the most attention to. And so I had a great opinion of him before. I thought, wow, he's going to always have great players here. They're always going to be relevant. But he's a better in-game coach than I even realized. And so my opinion's even changed to that degree, and I wonder if others have.
Mine has to an extent, if for no other reason than because we'd not really watched him coach more than one game a season, and that was against us, and that was the only time we watched it, and we were so fired up about them playing Kentucky and him that, you didn't always notice a lot of things like that. I've come to believe that all of the national stuff, or at least the great majority of it, particularly the negative stuff, it's all based on personal feelings. It's not based on professional feelings anymore. I don't know what happened along the way. I mean, we're only, we're less than a year into this. I don't know what happened. But it seems to me like all these national guys, and I mean, when I say all, I'm being a little, I'm going a little overboard there, but not much. They've got a personal axe to grind. Anyone who thinks John Calipari's the 10th best coach left, I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, there's no one from an honest perspective who could say that and really back it up. Personal feelings have to come into that when you do something like that, and I just think that's at the root of a lot of this stuff.
All right, so here's the next one. they ranked 1 through 16 of the teams in the Sweet 16. And Arkansas is 16th. So you got the 10th best coach and the 16th best team of the teams remaining. How do you like your chances?
I don't even know why we're here. You could have saved a lot of money and just stayed home. You know what? They said the same thing before the regional in Providence, or would have said something similar to the same thing before they played in Providence. Nobody would have rated Cal as a better coach than Pitino. Nobody said that Arkansas was going to be St. John's. Not many thought Arkansas was going to be Kansas. So, I think this stuff fuels him. I think he loves it. I don't think these adversarial relationships bother him at all.
I think it perfectly fits the Arkansas narrative right now, if you're Cal. One of the things that's tough is when you're out of Kentucky and you're a star and then you go to a really well-known program with a lot of tradition and all the lights are the brightest, everybody's hunting you. Everybody's hunting you. And it's a little bit different, and it can wear on you. And I'm not saying that Cal's not up for that or he's not equipped for that. But I think it's probably refreshing to be in this spot where, it's probably not very hard for him to get the attention of his guys right now. They're the underdog in every game they've played. They'll be the underdog again on Saturday or on Thursday. And certainly if they win again, the following game, assuming Florida, beats Maryland. But this is a team that, Chuck, it's one of those rare instances. Like when you see matchups, it makes sense why one team's favored most of the time. It does. It didn't make a lot of sense to me why St. John's was a 6.5-point favorite, and it doesn't make much sense to me why Texas Tech is a 5.5-point favorite, and that's pretty rare. It is pretty rare when you think the wrong team is favored. And I think it's because people don't necessarily realize what kind of matchup problem that Arkansas is for teams. And by the way, this isn't to guarantee some victory over Texas Tech. Arkansas is completely capable of not being able to shoot or score or go on a drought or not play particularly well. But what they've been doing is creating matchup problems in all kinds of different ways for their opponents. And to me, and you talked about this 2-3 weeks ago, when I asked you, why could they make a run in the NCAA tournament? And you talked about that and the ability that they have had all season in the last 3 or 4 weeks to really overcome a lot of adversity and play a lot of different ways.
And I think that's still the team they are. And I think that'll be the team they are against Texas Tech. Look, Texas Tech's going to play a different tempo. At least they're going to try to. And Texas Tech would love for this to be a game in the 50s. They're going to try to run the shot clock down toward the end, and they're going to try to make you run the shot clock down toward the end. But Arkansas's got momentum right now. Momentum's such a powerful thing. I mean, it is such a powerful thing, and particularly in college sports. And, these guys, they don't carry themselves like an underdog. In other words, I think they feel like they most certainly belong. John L. Davis has been to the Final Four. Jonas Adu's played in NCAA tournament games. For that matter, Arkansas has got players. Trevin Brazile played in tournament games. So these guys don't carry themselves as though they think they are underdogs. Now, I do think every coach, every team, if you can play the us against the world card, you're going to do it. And I'm sure they're doing that some. Cal's doing that some. But, these are elite players, and they've played in big games all their lives. They've been playing in championship games since they were playing youth league ball. The teams that they play on, I'm going to guess, generally speaking, were in the hunt for a championship at every single level that they've played. So I don't think they're awed by the moment. Hey, you go to Providence, Rhode Island, you play Bill Self and Rick Pitino, win those 2 games, and hop on a plane and fly to San Francisco. You think you're big time, and they should, because they are.
It'll be interesting to see if Thero can make it back. I'm not expecting him, but Boogie having just some more time under his belt, to kind of get going again. You don't need Boogie to do, incredible things, most likely. You need him to knock down a couple threes. play defense like he's played, handle the ball a little bit and in big moments and be trusted, maybe knock down a shot. His quickness allows him to get in the paint.
Get a steal. Yeah. Get a steal like you did late in the game last week. Huge play, one of the bigger plays of the game.
Sterling's in Center Ridge. Sterling, the Hogs are in the Sweet 16. Chuck's in San Francisco. Good morning.
Hey, Bo and Chuck. I hope you're having a good time out there. Guys,
so far, so good. Thank you.
Everything y'all said is so true, and I know we had some fans that jumped off the bandwagon, but I'm just thinking about the fans that stayed the course, that kept believing in this team, and namely Cal, that stuck with it at 0-5. And listen, and what gets me about this 0-5 start that we all talk about is that before the conference season started, I mean, this is after we destroyed the ACC and the challenge. People have talked about how great this conference was and that 7 wins to get you in. 7 conference wins to get you in. Now, when we were 0-5, that's 13 games left. And this was the part I couldn't understand that I was trying to. Now, y'all heard me. I called the shows. I said this to y'all at the time. It's not revisionist history. We had 13 games left. We said we all we had to do before we start conference season was win 7. That's just 7-6 the rest of the way. So they didn't have to go. They didn't have to go 12-1, 14-1 to make the tournament. We said 7-6. And if you really sit down and think about it, got out of your feelings, the ones that was, I'm talking about the Hog fans that was critical, the team had the ability to do it. And for them to actually do it and come through the fire, I love this team. I can't get over this team. I mean, listen, anytime you make the Sweet 16, in my opinion, it's a sexual season, unless you're the 1990 UNLV Running Rebels, or you the Fab Five, or Fly Seven Jammer, or the 85 Georgetown. You got to be a historic team where making the Sweet 16 is a disappointment. And I don't think we have a team. I think every team that makes the Sweet 16 can call it a successful season, even Florida, even Cooper and Duke. And when this team do it from where they came from, it's just I'm over the moon. And I know people like to use the term we playing with house money. No, we're not playing with house money, but we have completed a successful season, because you never know when you're going to get back to this point. You never know what happens down the road. So enjoy the successful season, celebrate it, but we're not done. Not yet. Guys, y'all have a great day.
You too, Sterling.
No, they're not done. I don't think they have that mindset at all. People are going to apply their own definitions of what's a good season and what's a bad season, and you're not going to change anybody's mind on that. But the important thing right now is what those guys think, and they're confident right now. They're ready to play. When things are going your way, you just want to get back out there and play again. I don't think they care if they're in Providence or Fayetteville or San Francisco or where they are. They're playing well right now and having fun. I mean, this team's having fun, not just on the floor but off the floor. And I will say this about Cal and this staff. You know, I've traveled with teams before when they're not winning, and I mean, you feel it. You feel it the minute you get out of your car. You feel it when you get on the bus. You feel it when you're on the plane. It's like, oh, you know, this is not going to be good. Never one time have I had that feeling about this team. Never once. Even when they were 0-5, they've acted the same way, conducted themselves the same way when they were struggling and when they're playing well now. And to me, that's one of the signs of a good organization.
What a time of year to be playing well, to be playing better, to maybe be playing your best. And that certainly seems to be true of this team. It's also that weird time of year, spring, where the temps are high, the temps are low. Like we started in the 40s today. We're going to get up to the upper 70s, 80s. And you get that storm season coming too. And at Pascal Air Plumbing and Electric, they want you to be able to protect your home with a whole home generator. At Pascal right now, you can get a $500 off deal on a free whole home surge protector when you install your generator before May 1st. Don't get caught in the dark if something goes out in a storm. No interest financing or low monthly payments. Imagine whole home protection for the same cost as a daily cup of coffee. Schedule your free estimate now at gopascal.com. That's gopascal.com. Chuck and Bo Show, it's 8:19. Good morning.
Bo, you said something interesting. I don't think you meant to, but when you talked about those...
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The doors are open, and it's a new era of elegance. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry has unveiled its stunningly redesigned 8,500-square-foot showroom for an unmatched luxury experience. There's breathtaking jewelry, of course, expert service, and private viewing rooms designed for comfort. And they've got an in-house cafe with handcrafted coffee to go along with a special coffee table book celebrating Arkansas's heritage. Because it's more than jewelry. It's your story at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry.
Arkansas's one-stop automotive shop is right around the corner. Fayetteville Auto Park. FayettevilleAutoPark.com. Chevy, Toyota, Honda, Acura, Collision Center, all in one place. And if you're shopping pre-owned, Fayetteville Auto Park has you covered. With so many new cars sold, we always have a great selection of fresh trades. Why settle for anything less than the best? Fayetteville Auto Park, West Showroom Drive in Fayetteville. Proud sponsor of the Chuck and Bo Show.
We care a lot about supporting Arkansas businesses here on the Chuck and Bo Show, and we both like keeping our rides looking good. Splash Car Wash just became our new neighbors here in Fayetteville. They're a locally owned Arkansas business, and they've been serving the state since 1989. They're good folks, and you can get a free car wash by texting Splash Arkansas to 22322. That's Splash Arkansas to 22322.
Ready or not, it is tax season. But luckily, H&R Block is here. Whether you need expert help with your taxes or simply have a question or two, your neighborhood H&R Block is here for you. Taxes are hard, but filing with H&R Block is easy. Walk in or make an appointment and get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. Put 70 years of tax expertise to work for you. Get those taxes squared away today at H&R Block.
And I listen in every day. Everybody know that. I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
Good.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
The Solid Rock has been locally owned for over 46 years. When was the last time you were there? So much more than a bookstore. They have Christian t-shirts, church supplies, Bible studies, devotionals, home decor, gifts, and of course, a large selection of Bibles. And Bibles are engraved free of charge while you wait. Now, you can get custom laser engraving on select gift items and some Bibles. Located next to Sam's Club on South 74th, The Solid Rock is your source for faith-based books, music, clothing, and more. The Solid Rock, 452-4844.
Who can you trust to sell your home for the most money with the least amount of drama? You need a team of agents with decades of experience, commitment, and of course, tens of thousands in marketing. I'm talking about the Limbird team. Tara Limbird Real Estate Group has sold over $1 billion in real estate. Tara's team can give you a cash offer in 72 hours or use Tara's high-octane marketing to sell your home quite possibly for thousands over asking. Find out more at limbirdteam.com. LIMBIRD.
I know we're always on the go, heading to Fayetteville, Little Rock, Oklahoma City, and you need a place to fill up. But not just for gas. I need snacks, drinks, and a restroom that doesn't make me throw up. That's why my new favorite pit stop is Jam Mart number 10, located at 6201 Grand Avenue on the way out of town. I can't stop by without getting something from their hot box or a fresh-made burger. That's Jam Mart number 10, located at 6201 Grand Avenue in Fort Smith.
Up to $10,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV. With hands-free driving assistance, go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $800 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
They look at each other and say, if we don't come together, we may not win a game. If we don't come together, this isn't going to happen for any of us. They knew.
The
Chuck and Bo Show.
Well, the women's basketball coach was introduced yesterday. 10th women's basketball coach at the University of Arkansas. Kelsey Music is her name. And she is coming from Oral Roberts. She spent 3 years there, 13 years as a Division II coach. She's from a small town, grew up on a farm, small town in Oklahoma. Her dad and Sam Pittman, I believe, went to high school together. Kelsey Music's dad. A little bit about her. Big on dribble drive, high octane offense. Here's what she said.
I run a high-octane offense, so the one other thing that we love to do is put points on the board. We're not going to play slow. We're going to play fast. We're going to get up and down and force the issue on the offensive end, and then you got to get back and you got to guard. But definitely that energy, that level of passion, and that effort, and to perform at the highest level. That's extremely important. But I'm definitely known for my high-octane offense, and that'll definitely be taking place here.
Arkansas Athletic Director Hunter Yurachek had some comments as well, including this one.
I'm so excited that she agreed to come to the University of Arkansas to lead our women's basketball program, and I believe we have found a hidden gem and a rising star, and I look forward to working alongside her to build a nationally competitive women's basketball program.
Hunter said that when Oral Roberts came in and beat Arkansas by 21 points, it definitely put her on the radar. Also said this about building the women's program.
Here's what I know. I know I must be patient. I'm going to be patient. And our fans will have to be patient because this is not going to happen overnight. But I promise you, under Coach Music's leadership, special days are ahead for our women's basketball program.
So, here's the thing, Chuck, my take on women's basketball program. It's entering a new era where the rev shares involved. You're going to have money you haven't had the last few years. We can everybody have an opinion on coaches. If you want to have whatever opinion on Mike Neighbors, obviously you're welcome to that. Mike Neighbors had his hands tied behind his back with money. I mean, they didn't have NIL money. They didn't have rev share money, which will be in existence here in a couple of weeks. Totally different scenario. But what we also know is the history of women's basketball at Arkansas. And Neighbors was doing things that Gary Blair hadn't even done here. So you've had two coaches that have had really any semblance of success in the Arkansas women's program. Gary Blair left to go to A&M because he didn't really feel wanted here and went on and won a national championship there. Mike Neighbors paid his own buyout at Washington to come here to be the Razorbacks coach, wanted to be here. Had a couple of good years, and then it hasn't been great lately. I just think it's going to be interesting to see what happens with a new revenue situation. But I also would say this, you get what you emphasize. And as an athletic department, you got to figure out how much you want to emphasize women's basketball. Because it's not just you hire a coach and everything changes. And by the way, John Calipari is Exhibit A. They didn't just hire Cal. They got a massive budget now with men's basketball they didn't have before. Because if you're going to take a swing on a Hall of Fame coach and you're going to go big, you don't go big and then say, oh, by the way, we don't have all the resources you had at your previous school, or you say you need to win here. And Hunter Yurachek said as much when he hired him. So they didn't just hire Cal. They went emphasis on, we're going all in with this. And it'll be interesting to see, women's basketball is not the same conversation. But you are in a league that you will get embarrassed, Chuck, if you don't put a priority or an emphasis on the program along with supporting the coach.
And we have, and other programs have. The gap between the haves and the have-nots in SEC women's basketball is like the Grand Canyon. I mean, it is like the Grand Canyon
really
right now. And look, it's one of those things is, which comes first, NIL money or a big-time coach? I don't know. They have to go hand in hand, as we've seen in basketball, and the timing or in men's basketball, and the timing has to be exactly right. They've got to have players. I'm going to say this, and I'm just going to throw myself on the fire right here. I don't watch them play enough. I don't keep up with the players enough. I don't keep up with the coaches enough to make any kind of statement on what they ought to be doing. or what they need to be doing, or what they should be doing, or what they haven't done, or what if they don't do, they'll never win again. I'm not qualified to do that. I will freely admit, and I'm not the only one, we've all thrown out a lot of opinions about a team we've never watched play, or at least never gone to watch play. But we all got a lot of opinions about it. That's what makes us fans. You got to have players. If you don't have players, it doesn't matter how good a coach you are. It doesn't matter. And if you have great players, you can be an average coach, and you can win a lot of ball games, and people are going to think you're some kind of savant, but you're not. You got great players. Money is what's involved in getting players now. I don't care which sport it is. There's a reason why Arkansas is doing well in men's basketball right now, because they got money to spend. I know every coach on campus belly aches about how they don't have enough, but we got more than most in just about everything. Baseball's got more money than just about anyone by comparison outside the conference. I know they probably get outbid a time or two in the league, but by comparison, the money's very good. It's why the league's dominating the way they are. But you got to, as you said, I mean, you got to earmark those dollars toward that. I'm going to be interested to see how the split, the split of the $22 million is. Now, just for the record, I think it's foolish to start throwing a whole bunch of money at programs that may or may not provide you with a real dividend on the backside. You got to be good in football. You got to be good in men's basketball. We can say, we can talk, we can be prideful in all of our other sports. But if you are not good in football and you are not good in men's basketball, you're going to have a hard time in the other sports. So what I would say about women's basketball is you got to go get players, period. And I hope they're able to do that. I wish her nothing but the best. But they got to go get players.
$600,000 a year, 5-year deal announced yesterday. That's your new women's basketball coach, Kelsey Musick. Meanwhile, Arkansas is in the Sweet 16. The Hogs a 5.5-point favorite on the men's side. You want to play the game. You want to play some future bets. You want to play some parlays. It's all at Oaklawn Sports. March Madness fully underway. 16 teams left, and it's going to be an exciting Thursday through Sunday in the NCAA tournament.
It's going to be awesome.
People have been complaining about games and not having enough buzzer beaters and upsets. Man, to me, there's more to a great basketball than that. And
our team's winning.
Yeah.
That's why it's a good tournament. Our team's winning.
That's right.
I love every bit of it.
That's right.
I didn't care at all last year.
That's right. And I think the wrong team's favored in this game again.
I do too.
On Thursday night. New customers can earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets at Oaklawn Sports, Arkansas's best sporting app. Bet with the brand you trust. Bet with Oaklawn Sports. You can download Oaklawn Sports in the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. 8:31. Chuck's in the Bay Area, out in San Francisco. Hogs practice later today. Hogs play baseball later today at Baum Walker Stadium, 6 o'clock. First pitch at Baum Walker Stadium on the SEC Network Plus. 8:32. Good morning.
I don't like getting up early in the mornings. I mean, even to go duck hunting, but I do get up every morning now to listen to you guys.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
First Security is about more than great banking. Yes, we provide the financial expertise, digital tools, and everything else you need when you need it. But we also go all in on local support with friendly professionals, plus convenient locations all across the state. Because we believe personal banking is better banking. Visit fsbank.com for details. That's fsbank.com for friendly, local banking with First Security. Bank better. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Bo Mattingly, and McDonald Eye Associates is my one-stop for any vision need. The progressives they have me in are a game changer, and my new sunglasses are going to be great for baseball season. McDonald Eye was the first practice in the state to perform LASIK, and they have the most experience. They also have the new vision correction options for all ages, including cataract and clear lens replacement to see your best from all distances. For your best vision, McDonald Eye is the place to go.
Man, can you imagine if we all lived together, if we just walked into the living room at like 6 a.m. and just started talking each other's heads off? There's no good morning. I can't have my first cup of coffee.
Somebody would get shot.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
This is Ruskin and Zach.
Graham that says Todd Day was overrated. Shut up, Graham. Go take a lap. Run
Good
the West.
God.
Come on.
The takes today are just straight ass out of you people. Todd Day is overrated? Get out of here. This is exactly what's wrong with this place. Your all-time leading scorer in the history, no one scored more than him. Oh, he's overrated.
It's Corliss. It's Sydney. It's Todd Day. 1, 2, 3.
Ruskin and Zach, 2 to 7 weekdays, only on ESPN 95.3.
It's Markdown Madness at Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw. Take a test drive. You can shoot for 50, 100, or 500 here at Harry Robinson.
Yes, you know, we got this giant basketball goal sitting right out the front door. All you have to do, go on a test drive. You don't have to buy anything, Tommy. That's what I've been trying to tell everybody. Come down here, go on a test drive. You get a chance to shoot and get up to $500 cash.
America's #1 selling truck, the Ford F-150. You're clearing out the 24s with up to $14,000 off. $14,000 off.
It's $15,000 off. And here's the deal. We don't have a ton of these remaining. So once these are gone, they're gone. The discounts are gone. The rebates are gone. So come down here and take advantage of it right now. Tommy, up to $15,000 off remaining 24 F-150s.
I've been trying to tell you, $15,000 off on Ford F-150s. Harry Robinson, Salisaw Ford. It's Markdown Madness, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw.
Picture it. It's a day like any other. You're stuck in traffic on Rogers Avenue during rush hour. You're just ready to get home and relax with your family. And then, just like that, your life can change in an instant. And you're going to need a lawyer to make it right. I'm Phil Votaw with Phil Votaw & Associates. If this happens to you, call me, 479-434-6200, or online at votawlaw.com. I'm Phil Votaw, and you've never met a lawyer like me.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jasco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry. Favorite hog memory growing up, Cecil?
When we beat OU in the Orange Bowl in 1978, I was living in Allen Grove Project, and it was a shutout at halftime, and I ran out of the house. I ran from one end of the project to the other end, screaming, "Go Hogs." I'll never forget that. Jasco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jasco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today and see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit can save you up to $500 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
Spring has arrived, bringing warmer days, road trips, and unpredictable spring showers. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we'll make sure your vehicle is ready for all your spring adventures. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your ride for whatever the season brings. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. Southern Tire Mart, we keep America rolling.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I would venture to bet 3 out of every 4 head coaches are absolutely worthless around the house. They can't do anything. Your commode messes up, call the guy. They hadn't mowed a yard in 15 years.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Couple of notes. The women's softball team fell 3-2 in the series finale at Tennessee. They took 2 of 3 from Tennessee.
Still a good series.
Yeah, it was a good series. It was a good game yesterday, too. Arkansas just couldn't drive in the run. Juju Watkins, who's one of the best, if not the best player in women's college basketball this year, blew her knee out last night early in the game for USC. It was just terrible. 6'2", sophomore guard, 2-time All-American, averaging 24, 7, and 3 a game. Big Ten Player of the Year. That just stinks, man. By the way, the women's tournament, I just kind of catch it from time to time. There's been some good games. Like Alabama and Maryland went to triple overtime last night.
I saw where that girl scored 45 for Alabama
in
that game.
Yeah, tough.
There is,
tough
basketball at a high level is good basketball. I don't care who's playing.
Yeah, this time of year, you're getting a lot of that. UNLV's finalizing a deal for Josh Pastner to be their new basketball coach. Dan Mullen, the football coach, Josh Pastner, the basketball coach. These guys just sort of recycle.
You know, they thought they were going to get the ASU coach. Brian Hodgson, they've targeted him for a week. And I expected Brian Hodgson to be named the head coach at UNLV yesterday. And I think people within the college basketball community expected that. And then all of a sudden, bang, he's at South Florida. He leaves Jonesboro to go to South Florida, and UNLV's hiring Josh Pastner. So I think that USF kind of threw a fly in the ointment and all that, and they ended up getting the ASU coach.
Okay, I've got to laugh as we give you a couple other coaching nuggets here.
All right.
Sean Miller's the new coach at Texas.
Yeah.
Will Wade's the new coach at NC State. Remember the big FBI investigation? These guys were cooked.
Yeah,
like they were going to prison, basically. I mean, you know what I mean?
Some people did go to prison.
Sean Miller was at, well, I guess that's true. Sean Miller was at Arizona. Will Wade was at LSU. You know, they're basically made out to be, you know, like con guys that are paying players and whatever. And here we are. And when was that? Like 5 years ago?
Yeah.
Like six years ago? Yeah. And now Sean Miller's got a better job, arguably, and Will Wade's just fine at NC State.
I don't know if you guys saw this, but McNeese State has targeted Bob Huggins to replace Will Wade.
Oh, wow.
And here's a name from the past. You want to talk about a guy that got in trouble for breaking the rules. Donnie Tyndall. Used to coach at Southern Miss, went to Tennessee.
Whoa.
Donnie Tyndall and Bob Huggins
Holy cow.
are in the running. I mean, hey, look, their fans accepted Will Wade. They've gone total rogue. They were in Providence. McNeese State's team was in Providence. They were there. They had a surprisingly large number of fans there. And my thought was, well, it'll probably never happen again, so why not? I mean, you know, spin big, go to Providence. You've never been before. You'll never be back. So go do it. But all of a sudden it's like, hey, they get Huggins and Tyndall in there, and you can pay players legally now. I mean, you know, hey, they can get it rolling down there. But when I saw Donnie Tyndall's name, I thought, wow. I mean, we have come full circle.
Oh, my. That is surprising.
Donnie Tyndall.
Would anybody like to know what Donnie Tyndall's been up to?
Yeah,
selling State Farm Insurance.
We
be
used
my
to have
guess.
all these clips from Donnie Tyndall in the old show, didn't we? I'm trying to remember. Like he sounded like an evangelist or something.
A tent revival.
Yeah, we had him as a tent revival traveling evangelist.
It's Baby Billy, man.
Yeah,
it's Baby Billy on the basketball floor.
On Righteous Gemstones. Absolutely.
So he is the current head coach at Chipola College.
Well, now let me tell you something. Chipola Junior College down there in that panhandle of Florida. We got Gennaro Pargo from down there years ago. There's players down there. And if they hire him, he'll bring the whole team with him. He will. Yeah. He'll bring the whole team with him. It'll be like that Indiana football coach. These guys will have money in their pocket. They hadn't had money in their pocket. I'm telling you.
There's a picture of them right there.
I'm telling, and hey, they got that big casino down there in Lake Charles. You put all those guys together.
Oh, yeah. Oh, the underbelly of college basketball is just coming right back out.
Donnie Tyndall, baby.
Oh,
please, I hope they hire Donnie Tyndall.
Oh, I'd love it.
I need him back in our lives.
Oh man, that's really. Who's the guy? Who's the guy that was at Baylor? Can we get him back?
Oh.
No.
Dave?
No.
Dave Bliss.
Dave Bliss.
Is Dave Bliss getting a job?
Dave Bliss.
Is Dave Bliss getting a job anywhere?
No.
I mean, good mercy sakes.
They don't.
Is anybody untouchable anymore?
You want to talk about somebody who should be in prison.
I'm just saying, is anybody untouchable anymore? Apparently not. By the way, lost in all of this conversation in the moment here, The transfer portal opened yesterday. So here are these coaches that are in the Sweet 16.
There's some good players already in it.
There's some players already in. Cal was asked about like his pitch to players on the am I setting that up right, Edward, on the Dan Patrick show?
Dan Patrick show.
All right, so this is basically what Cal would tell players.
Right. If anyone in the transfer portal's listening, Cal had a message for them.
All right.
We've got names and what I would say with anybody listening, if you want to get better, if you want to be challenged, if you want to really play with good players, be coached as though you've already gotten there, to be hugged and challenged and make you uncomfortable, then you come with me. You come to Arkansas. But right now, we're not on the phone with anybody yet. My staff may be. I shouldn't say that. My staff may be, but I'm not.
His staff has been and will be. And their phones, every coach's phone in America has been blowing up. Cal's may not be, but all the people that work for him, their phones are blowing up.
I promise you Cal's going to be just fine getting players.
Yeah.
Like that much I'm pretty sure. So right now they have Darius Acuff, Malik Thomas, freshman, Isaiah Sealy, Springdale, who's been good for a really long time. And they've got a Lebanese commitment, I believe. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce. I know
Kareem. His first name's Kareem.
First name's Kareem. I'm confident that we know that much. But there's going to be a lot happening here in a short order.
It will happen
Sweet 16
very, very quickly.
game and the potential Elite Eight, and who knows? But then, all of this is happening.
Well, one thing to think about, too, if you're a great college basketball player, you're going into the transfer portal and someone says, hey, would you consider playing for John Calipari? Every one of them is going to say yes. I mean, every one of these kids, given the opportunity, would love to go play for him.
I mean, why not? Well, I just think that, money plays a role. I think Arkansas is one of these schools that could get out ahead of the NIL a little bit with the new rev share and all that's taking place starting in April. That's another thing. Schools are front-loading because after April 7th, it's going to be much more difficult to overpay in NIL when the rev share comes. So how does all this get managed? And by the way, there's also, for years, there's always been a workaround.
Well, men's basketball is the one sport right now on campus where you look at and say money's not an issue. Now, that's because some people have been very generous. But I don't think anybody, you look at basketball right now, you don't say, hey, we're going to get outbid. They're going to raid our roster. You look at our other sports right now, and some of them you say, man, they're raiding our roster because we don't have enough money. But in men's basketball, that does not seem to be an issue.
Got to hit a break. Chuck's in San Fran. I'm in studio. It's 8:46. Good morning. Touching the hearts of Arkansans, the passive-aggressive Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
If you're having issues with your gutters or drainage around the house, you need to call Hog Trough Gutters. They're locally owned and operated with over 30 years of experience. Seamless gutters made on site, trenching and French drains. Plus, they're fully licensed and insured, and every job comes with a 20-year guarantee. Hog Trough Gutters services all of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. Log on to their website, hoggutters.com, to find out more. That's hog, Gutters.com.
It seems like everything is more expensive this year, but at Haskell Air Plumbing and Electric, we're here to help lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit GoPaschal.com today to schedule your service. Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Professional people, professional service. See dealer for details with approved credit. Restrictions apply.
I'm Dr. Scotty Bolding, a native Arkansan oral and maxillofacial surgeon. One of my goals is to make Arkansans healthier.
If you have sleep disorder breathing, it's important to treat it properly. The standard treatment's a breathing machine called CPAP. It helps you breathe during the night. However, there are other options thanks to some truly innovative and proven technologies.
Sleep is probably God's gift of medicine that we really don't utilize enough. If you have obstructive obstructive sleep apnea, it needs to be treated. So you need to be wearing your CPAP. So if you're not wearing your CPAP, there are some potential surgical solutions that can help you that actually work today. By correcting the jaw deformities that may be causing this obstructive sleep apnea is where we focus.
Dr. Bolding at Precedent Center for Facial and Dental Medicine works carefully with your sleep physician, determines where the underlying obstruction may be, and provides surgical solutions that open the airway, allowing you to breathe better.
Hey, give us a call, 479-755-3000, or log on to our website, precedent.com, PRECIDENT. We'd love to help.
Oaklawn is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. And with easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklawn is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklawn, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklawn.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass. Raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated. Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Why don't you just kind of style it up a little bit at the game? Let's get your drip going.
Hey, I got a lot more drip than you think.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Up to $10,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off. Or lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer EV. With hands-free driving assistance, go 0 to 60 in under 3 seconds for as low as $800 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
Spring camping season is here. Don't miss the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th at 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway in Rogers, just behind Nukes. Sponsored by 2 of the state's largest RV dealers, Wheels RV and Moix RV. With brands you love like Grand Design, Jayco, Brinkley, Flagstaff, Coachman, Catalina, Vibe, and Winnebago, and on-site financing available. There will be a variety of vendors and bounce house for the kids and so much more. So make plans now to attend the NWA RV Show and Outdoor Party, April 12th and 13th, 5102 West Pauline Whitaker Parkway, Rogers.
You're listening to the Chuck and Bo Show on ESPN 95.3.
I am not a planner, and that's the problem.
How does that, this may be a little personal, sorry. How does that work in married life if you're not a planner?
Well, evidently not well.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah, we were wondering, Chuck, early on in the show, if you, Chuck, maybe just decided that, these guys are always asking me to go out and do something and tell a story. So he just hit the ground running, tied one on, said, we're here, let's hit the Bay Area and see what happens.
I don't know if anybody did that last night. I'm going to guess some of the younger guys probably did. But, no, I knew the early morning would come, and it came a little faster than I thought it would. I'm not going to lie.
That's a tough one, man. That's a tough turnaround. I'm just happy that you were able to join us. By the way, speaking of times, my gosh, like the game Thursday won't. If you're on the East Coast, it's not going to start until probably like 10:30 on the East Coast.
What are they going to do in Kentucky? I mean, they're in the Eastern time zone up there. What are they going to do? They're going to have to stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah, they're going to stay up late and watch it.
Call in the next day?
Many of them don't go to work anyhow.
Well, I was gonna say.
It's not like it's a big change. It's just like in terms of what tomorrow looks like. They may just miss like the first hour of The Price is Right.
Yeah, they might.
You know what I mean? Yeah. That gal. You think she got her nails done yesterday?
Oh. That's tough, man. That's tough.
Man, I shouldn't say this. I just see a can of spray paint, just shaking that thing up and just hitting those nails with a can of spray paint.
Don't talk about Kentucky.
Don't. Got it.
So they've arrived. All right, Chuck, give us the itinerary. Now that the team's in San Francisco, run it back for us.
Well, they're going to let them sleep in this morning, as you might imagine, and they'll go practice at the University of San Francisco today. I think today's a day about adjusting, adjusting to the new time zone, getting your legs underneath you. You fly in different planes when you get to the NCAA tournament, and they're generally not as good as what SEC schools provide. And by that, I mean the players spent about 4 hours on a plane yesterday, all cramped up. And I'm not 6'8" or 6'10", but I can't imagine it was very comfortable. So they'll adjust today and practice today, and it'll get a little more intense tomorrow, I'm sure.
Hey, I don't understand that whole setup, but I guess that's just part of the NCAA tournament and planes and all that. But it's too bad that you're on a plane that's not.
Oh, and look, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining, but I'm not 6'10" either. So if I was 6'10", I might be.
Yeah, I don't have those kinds of problems, but I certainly can sympathize. I can't empathize. I can't relate, but I can sympathize with those who do. All right, the Hog baseball team back at it tonight, 6 o'clock on the SEC Network Plus. We'll get a report tomorrow as Chuck will join us from San Francisco.
Yeah, I'll get up earlier tomorrow.
Well, don't put too much pressure.
Unless I go tie one on tonight.
Yeah,
you know how prone I am to do that.
I want to hear how your trip to Alcatraz goes later today.
Yeah. They're going to keep me. If I don't come back, you'll know they just kept me.
All right, man. Glad you look good. You look like you're well rested. We're happy about that.
I'm ready to go, man.
We'll talk to you tomorrow. It's Chuck and Bo Show. Have a happy Tuesday, everyone.
We care a lot about supporting Arkansas businesses here on the Chuck and Bo Show, and we both like